for the timer.
We're here.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Happy 2025.
Yep.
And by that, I mean happy flame battery eating explosion Tesla Boeing terrorism year.
That's only half the
Oh,
stuff.
you forgot the viruses.
Virus, China, neurovirus, shaky. Michael J. Fox makes a great vibrator year.
I mean, it's ribbed for your pleasure.
And now with a Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Free in every box of cereal.
I mean, that's another topic I totally forgot all about.
What, the medal? The
Yeah,
medals?
I had to remind Tack as he was running by
me.
like the entire list. It's like there's 30 things that we could talk about right now.
We haven't been on in about 3 weeks, and my God, there is so many things that have happened that I was creating the list, and then just now, I mean, there's topics that I even totally forgot that happened in the last just 3 weeks.
Well, that's part of why I just shared that thing in our group chat where I was just like, yeah, this kind of sums it up, and that's not everything.
Yeah. I just did like the main topics that's happened on mainly the last week, but yeah, the last 3 weeks. What a weird 3 weeks. What a weird last week to start the year off, huh?
Yeah, the year's starting off with a bang, literally.
I mean, normally you're used to like your
Banging
cousin
people's
Jimmy
heads
blowing
on a
off
hood
the
and
fingers, but now it's somebody blowing off the entire. Well, I mean, you saw it.
Wait, blowing who? Who's blowing me? What?
At this point, probably Joe Biden.
Oh God, I hope not, man.
He's gonna be gummy.
Oh God, it's gonna be gummy and really, really slobbery. Yeah. Like, come on, I'm down for some sloppy toppy, but not that.
What a weird way to start the podcast, guys.
This is about on par. Don't even, Dalton. Don't even pretend like this is atypical.
This started out as full, and this much of it is the liquor.
I still have to buy more beer.
And this is a liter.
A liter cola?
I mean, there's almost a liter of cola.
I had a sour for the first time in like years yesterday, and it was really good.
You had a what?
A sour.
I thought you just said you had a shower.
That's what I heard too, Demi. So I was like, wow, he's nasty. Didn't realize.
I wasn't thinking that is like, has Dalton just been taking like the weirdest baths?
No, he's one of those people that who was it? Was it Jefferson who like aired himself? He opened all the windows and he just walked around naked.
Benjamin Franklin. Would do that too.
Okay, maybe it was just Benjamin Franklin. Yeah. You're just Benjamin Franklining it. You're just like, I'm just going to waft. It's kind of weird to do around your parents, Dalton. Just letting you know.
No,
so what kind of sour? Like an amaretto sour?
Apparently it's so sour it made him go out of focus.
Yep.
What happened?
His phone just died, didn't it?
No, I wonder if it's a weird bug with my camera. It's done this before.
Dalton is a ghostly apparition.
There we go. I don't know. I don't know.
Past Christmas.
I think what happens is when I'm charging it, it does this thing where it blurs in and out, like when it loses connection, because it's from my iPhone. And when the connection, I think, just for some reason gets severed with my computer, it blurs out and then it comes back into focus like it just did. I don't know. It's weird, but I'm not sure what kind of sour it was.
Just drinking weird things.
I was
drinking things that say sour.
Well, I was finishing. I was at a buddy's house.
Soul.
I was at a buddy's house, and I was finishing up. We just made an album, and I was submitting the mixes to another buddy of ours who masters them. So we were going through doing final listens and everything, wrapping everything up, and he was just like, "Hey, I got a sour." I'm like, "Ooh, I haven't had that in a long time. I'll take that." And
I've heard amaretto sour. I've heard whiskey sour.
Yeah, it definitely like that.
I mean, there's also like gin sours, their vodka sours. Like, legitimately every drink has a sour.
Yeah,
and at this point, with your description, I am now.
Yeah, we definitely did. The fact that you're calling it a sour.
Yeah,
dude, you could be sucking the juice out of a gusher like a 3-year-old for all we fucking know, man. Like,
you haven't had that in years either.
Just handed him a lime juice, and that was it. He's sour.
He's having a Capri Sun, and it's kind of been in the sun a little too long. It's really sour now.
They just handed him a Sunny D, and he's like, "This is a good sour."
Why does it make my teeth feel fuzzy?
Would you like all of the cons of orange juice without any of the pros of orange juice?
literally what it is. That's all Sunny. Sunny D is awful.
Wait a second. This said no pulp when I opened it.
Oh. You know what's the really bad part is the fact that you're bringing up drinking a sour. I don't. So I drink like whiskey neat. That's pretty much it's like that or Yingling, right? That's my alcohol. Maybe some scotch, you know, some I'll do bourbon scotch. I'll do some brandy every now and again, right? But that's my drinking. It's like, oh, I'm going to drink it neat. My wife drinks the sour. She drinks amaretto sour. So you just like 100%. And I was like, oh God, is he going to be like basic bitching? Like when we like hang out for like dinner one day, be like, yeah, hey babe, this is Dalton. Oh, okay. And then you both order the same drink and I'm gonna be like, oh God, he's gay.
See, like, and on the other hand, I was like 14 with a beard ordering drinks and no one was carding me because I was ordering like smoky old fashions and nobody orders that.
Except for old people.
Like, unless they're like 40. I was like, no, this is legitimately my favorite drink is an old fashioned. Go away.
Yeah, it's like, hey, let me get a bourbon. You know, it's like, oh, do you want that on the rocks? And it's like, no, I don't want you to fucking water it down. Thank you very much. And then they're like, oh, he's a legit bourbon drinker.
I would like the 12-year neat 2 fingers.
Yeah. It's just delicious.
If you have an actual whiskey rock, I'd prefer that instead of ice.
Yeah, give me either a whiskey rock, soapstone, or I will take a steel drop. Be delicious.
Steel drops work.
Yep.
That or at this point, I've been introduced to like the super compressed ice. Those are pretty good because they don't water it down anywhere near as fast.
No, because it just lasts for fucking ever. But I still much prefer like the
I'll be done with my drink and then I'll just have like a decent amount of cold water.
Frenchie in chat, I just wanted to point something out. Just said that they drink Smirnoff Ice. And can we just say something?
So not only are you French, you aren't even drinking like wine or something French. You're drinking like the I'm a white girl from like a white trash trailer park.
It's the I just went to my college variety pack. It's my first college party and they have Natty Ice and Smirnoff and that's what you choose because it's fruity.
Not even that. It is somehow a step down from Mike's Hard Lemonade. Like I can get down with Mike's Hard because you specifically looked for Mike's Hard Lemonade. Smirnoff Ice only comes in like the weird red, white, and blue pack, or like the variety packs with the most confusing flavors you've ever seen.
And they're all insanely sweet. Like they just taste like you just drinking corn syrup.
It just alcohol tastes like soap.
No, White Claws are better. I would respect White Claws because at least you're going for something that has less flavor, more carbonation. Smirnoff Ice is just corn syrup and sadness.
Yeah.
It's like drinking antifreeze. Jamaican Me Happy is so good though in the spirit. No.
Yeah, but you're also a white woman, Shell. By the way, everybody say welcome back. Shell's here with us again.
Yeah, Shell is here with us. She's alive.
Yep. We've looked her the last couple months, it feels like.
Wait, alcohol tastes like mouthwash? Really old mouthwash?
You're not
Are you just drinking alcohol, correct? Juniper gin?
Like, yeah, but like what kind of alcohol and what kind of mouthwash are you having?
Are you just drinking mouthwash?
This might just be, I like the one that's called Listerine. It's my favorite. Listerine, 12 years. You know? Like, oh, okay. Yeah, which one's your favorite? Spearmint.
Crest.
Crest. It's called the Pro Health. I think it's French.
Beautiful.
Extra whitening.
Has a nice little chalky motif as it goes.
Something to do with plaque.
Fuck, dude. God.
I've been pooping clear for weeks.
Just comes out. Don't even need to wipe. What's going on, man?
I don't question it. Doctors are terrified.
Rubs the rim of his martini with Vaseline.
The creator of Vaseline, like they used to eat it by the container full every day. He thought it was like a digestive.
Oh my God. Petroleum jelly as a digestive.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck. Anyway. Yeah, this is getting weird.
Exactly
already. Anyway,
Dalton, I'm gonna need you to kick this up to at least 25% already.
That's
yeah,
fair.
we're talking. Yeah, no, that is fair.
It's more than fair. Honestly.
That is totally fair.
Boom. 25%.
Now, before we begin with any of the news stories, I do have a question for not only my fellow homies here, but all of the Chromie homies in the chat. And that is specifically whether or not you eat ass. And I just need to know.
Like before or after the shower?
I'm gonna say after the shower, just because hygiene matters.
Absolutely. Okay,
a man of culture, I say. Dalton.
No, I mean, I'm not done until they can't like move their legs anymore.
See, proper. This is a man of culture, Dalton. You see what happens. Yeah. So Dalton says no. Dalton, what's your reasoning?
No, thanks. It's not for me.
See, Dalton, there's like an entire like setup of how you do this. Like they take care of you, you take care of them while you're recharging.
I was getting to that because my question was going to be,
you get to the main course afterwards.
Okay, Willy Wonka.
Yeah,
damn straight.
Yeah, the snozberries taste like snozberries, sir. So my question then, Dalton, is Dalton, do you expect a woman to fellatiate you?
Okay, that's a whole entire different thing, though.
All I'm saying
is it? Where has your penis been, sir? It has been not only in her vagina, but her vagina is right next to her butthole, and the sweat mixes, my dude. So she's sucking her own pussy and butt sweat off that shit for you, and you can't even after a shower tongue punch that fart box even a little bit.
Love is given both ways, bud.
Yes. And you can't spell love without anal.
I feel like you definitely can.
You really can if you're dyslexic.
Like I was on board for all of this until that last comment.
I can't, but I have dyslexia and I'm kind of retarded.
I don't think that's dyslexia, bud.
It's dyslexia, I promise. I spell it
Can't spell love without anal. Why is there a Z in this?
Where are these mathematical equations coming from?
I wish I had the overlay of just the math like popping up out of the screen.
Yes, with the face going.
Doing this hangover style.
This is a beautiful thing.
All right, so first topic. You guys ready?
Yes, first topic. By the way, thank you, chat, for dealing with our insanity.
What wine pairs best with eating ass?
It is currently developing.
See, it's not wine. It's scotch.
It's whatever gets your pants off.
Tequila.
No, because I don't want to vomit. Tequila makes me sick.
Fine, absinthe. I want to see all of the pretty colors. So what was the first story, Dalton?
we have topics here.
This is going to be a wild show.
Motherfucker has his fucking tag as join the dark side, won't eat ass. What kind of dark side doesn't eat ass?
All right, we're at 50% now. We're 20 minutes in.
You're not a Sith, you fucking faker. You're like a Party City Sith, and they just went bankrupt, so fuck you.
No. He's like the sequels Sith.
You're fucking Kylo Ren, you emo piece of shit.
Get out, Demi. We got temporarily removed Demi just for that. That was bullcrap. Oh, he knows I hate the Disney Star Wars. You know I hate that.
At least Kylo gets pussy.
All right, he's done.
Kylo is a Marine, man. That motherfucker ate ass. There's no way that boy doesn't eat ass. He has a fucking delicious pack of Rose Art Crayola, and then he just goes to town. And it's not necessarily on a woman.
Like a fucking ferret.
Literally the last 2 minutes I've been waiting to share this first.
He looks like a Smeagol fuck ferret.
Boom. First topic.
Speaking of Smeagol fucking a ferret.
What is his face it's paused on?
Smeagol fucking a ferret.
Like, she looks like she's actively having a stroke, and he's having to smell the fart that just came
actually,
out.
he was smirking this entire time, and I will give him props for that, even though I do not like him.
Yeah.
All right, go for it. Play it.
All right. So, 70. Real quick before I play it, the election was certified January 6th.
January 6th, without a hitch.
Yep, without a hitch. And it's actually interesting because it's the very first election in modern history where Democrats have not objected to it one time, which is kind of interesting, right? I wonder why.
It's almost like
4 years ago, there was an insurrection.
Mind you, how many people were charged with an insurrection there, Dalton?
Nobody.
Oh yeah, so it wasn't an insurrection. That's a fucking lie.
Right.
Actually, just like a slight side tangent. How many people are actually charged and aren't just still being held against their will?
Oh yeah, those many.
But it was charged with trespassing for the most part.
And stupid things like people have just they touched a chair or moved it out of the way or a table or something, and they
destruction of federal property, and it's like
federal property, stolen property, and it's just like they literally just touched it, moved it out of their way.
Lectern man is out and about, and he did steal property.
Yeah, so stupid. But anyway, so
he's holding it hostage.
Here is Kamala Harris certifying her own election loss. It's beautiful.
Which is just the votes for President of the United States are as follows. Donald J. Trump of the state of Florida has received 312 votes. Kamala D. Harris.
Okay. Right, everybody shut up. Get into gavel.
I'm enjoying how only half of this room is standing.
Kamala D. Harris of the state of California has received 226 votes.
Look, we're cheering for a loss.
The vote,
that's even worse that they were standing and cheering for her loss.
Yes.
Well, you have to remember it's all posturing. That's all any of it is.
What else do you do though? Like, do you just
quiet?
Can I actually say something that a lot of people are going to be good on her for at least bowing out with grace and not being like I'm too much of an a lot of people would have said, fuck this, I'm having somebody else do it. Because she is not the person that has to. It's ceremonial.
In nap time.
But yes, but the VP doing it is completely ceremonial.
Oh yeah.
It's not mandated. So
no, I think it's constitutional that she has to do it.
I thought that it was only ceremonial.
It's ceremonial, but it's in the Constitution.
But I thought it was not Constitution.
The vice president presides over the election certification.
Yeah,
I think it's constitutional. Now, the thing that I think you're thinking of is whether or not it's ceremonial, or if they have the ability that Trump thought Mike Pence had, where he could step in and actually, make some moves.
I could have sworn that election certification was not mandated to have the VP's involvement as a public spectacle.
I'm pretty sure that it is constitutional for them to preside over the certification. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. I'm willing to be wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
I'm looking. Would that be 12th Amendment, right?
I'm not sure.
I believe so.
VP.
Learning with your autistic fucks today.
I'd like you all to remember that.
The person having the greatest number of votes for president shall be president. If such number be a majority of the whole number of electors appointed, and if no person have such majority, then from the persons having the highest numbers, not exceeding 3 on the list of those voted for as president, the House of Representatives shall choose immediately by ballot. Now, this is something different. This is for when there's a.
Yep. It's I just asked. Grok. And it said, yes, it is mandated by the U.S. Constitution that the vice president presides over the certification of the election of the electoral college results. According to the 12th Amendment, the president of the Senate,
I was right about it was 12. It was 12. I was looking in the right spot, just reading the wrong part.
The president of the Senate, who is the vice president, is responsible for opening all the certificates and then reading, or at least being in the presence of both the House and Senate. So,
gotcha. Okay.
Yep. So that happened. And so after that happened, just real quick, so that happened. It was funny. First, she was the first person since Al Gore to certify her own election loss. So that was funny. Then what was funny was
Sorry.
Well, I guess it's not really funny, but Jimmy Carter died. And he had a funeral.
Then the next really funny thing is this guy died.
Maybe not funny, but But
I know, I found it pretty funny.
afterwards were funny. At the funeral, so this was actually pretty funny. Watch Kamala's facial reaction.
What is Bush looks like he's gonna shit.
They all do. Obama and Trump are having a great time. Kamala could not be more annoyed that she has to be there.
Mm-hmm. Doug's thinking about slugging his ex-girlfriend again.
Oh, yeah, he's just like he doesn't want to be. Nobody.
Can you pause it actually on the fact that Obama and Trump are currently talking to each other?
Yeah,
yeah, no. How you doing? Yeah, no. This is what's happening. Yeah, I saw Jimmy the other day. He was drooling. What about you? Yeah, drooling. Oh, okay.
They're actually currently telling each other dick jokes.
Yeah, all about Michelle's dick.
Hillary was just telling Bill not to touch the secretary again.
Don't even think about it, Bill. Don't even think about it. Like literally, that's exactly what she's saying right there. Mm-hmm. It's just like, don't do it. Don't do it.
No, she's looking at him going like, they'll never give you one.
Yeah, actually, that is a good question. Where was Big Mike?
Yeah, that's a great question. I'm not too sure because I know
she wasn't there.
Nope. Well, it. Sorry, sorry, YouTube moderators. If you guys are watching this,
God, they fucking hate me.
Pronouns are big and Mike.
We're not monetized.
Well, we're not monetized because we don't have the numbers yet.
Well, that's why I'm happy.
One of these days, we'll trick enough people into watching this shit.
It's not tricking; it's earning. Thank you very much.
Gaslighting.
That too. You guys want us to be monetized, don't you? You want us to be successful, right?
Smoke.
So here, I'm going to play this real quick. So this is also the first time that Trump and Pence...
Let's just get advertisements by cigarette companies.
This is also the first time that Trump and Pence were in the same room since, I guess, in 4 years. Since, I guess, Mike Pence...
Do you blame him?
I mean, if I was Mike Pence, no, I guess. I don't know. But look at Karen Pence, his wife.
Leland, good morning to you. We can see President-elect Trump now entering the room for this morning's service.
Al Gore, Mike Pence there.
Look at Melania.
With former President Trump. I'm not
she
sure
goes to shake
Vice President
she went to go shake Karen Pence's hand. She did not. She didn't get up or anything.
Well...
I'm unsure if she was actually
drama unfolding in the government.
I mean,
next time, watch Snooki have to admit to Pauly D that she has herpes while, Big Mike comes in and tells everybody about how she wants to go to the beach.
I'm in this conversation. I have no idea what's going on. What?
It's a reality TV show. That's literally what Jersey Shore was. It was just some group of fucking just nonsense.
Welcome to C-SPAN.
That's it. It's like reading AP headlines.
This isn't The View.
Oh, no. If you want The View, it's just a bunch of cackling chickens talking about their cloacas.
Oh, I need more alcohol.
I need way more. I need a ton of alcohol. What is the next story, Dalton?
The next story is the fact that Mike Johnson got reelected as Speaker of the House.
Can I bring up something about that before we actually talk about the fact that he was, in fact? You saw on X, or anybody who was on X, that Thomas Massey, Sassy with Massey, one of the most liberty-minded, constitutional-abiding motherfuckers on the planet, right? Who actually gives a shit about the Constitution and not about the appearance of the Constitution.
The profits of the shareholders.
That too. Posted that he says, do you want Mike Johnson? And then if not, should it be somebody else, right? And somebody else won, I think, by landslide, correct?
Yeah.
It was significant margin.
But I think it was yes or no, and most people said no.
No, they wanted somebody else.
Yeah.
So he said, okay, I won't vote for it then, because he listens to his constituents. Now, fun little factoid here. That is what your elected representative is supposed to do. He's supposed to listen to his constituents and then say, my people think this guy is not the right guy. Then you have people like DC Drano, who apparently got found out to be complete paid shill, right?
Yeah, I never really cared for that guy.
90% of the people in those offices.
Yeah, and I feel like there's a couple characters who I'm just like, nah, I feel weird about them. Cat Turd,
Laura Loomer, Cat Turd, and DC Drano.
We're on the same page.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, there's just some weird characters out there
where they were flat out calling like him a traitor and stuff. And it's like this. First off, this is the single most, technically the most liberty-minded conservative. I think he has he is an A+ rating from Freedom Caucus.
Sure. Like I would go as far as to say like he is the authentic, real version of what America First should be.
Yes. Without a fucking doubt. He is actually way more America First than the people like Cat Turd. Yes. Because his thing is, no. I want legitimately only America.
Yeah.
Stop all this other shit.
Like most times he votes no on anything that spends money. Yeah. And a lot of people are mad at him for that. And it's just like, why though?
Like you sent a guy to office and then you're going to complain. You're going to say, oh, the Democrats are overspending.
Like the Republicans, it's just like, this is why I'm like, elected Republicans suck, because it's just like, you are the party of cut spending, less government, and you vote for the opposite time after time.
That's why I like the fact that within the Republican Party, you do have the Liberty Caucus. You have like there's a civil war brewing.
Yeah.
In the party, which is good.
Yeah. In certain ways, yeah. It sucks because it's like I view like elected Democrats are evil, and elected Republicans are stupid, and it sucks because I miss everything.
Please look at the Discord chat.
Look at the Discord chat. We cannot share it, but I was just
you cannot share it. Just read what it says and look at that image.
Look at the name of who's saying it.
I need to not open Discord.
You need to open it more.
Need to open it more.
Open it less.
I was legitimately just sent that by one of my buddies. So.
Oh my god, that is
this is
bad.
the perfect time to send this.
Anyway.
But the point being is that you can't claim that you run on any fiscal conservatism or any constitutionalism and then turn around and then do the complete opposite. It's nonsense.
A lot of people are like, why is there so much infighting with Republicans? It's like, well, the way I look at it is elected Democrats are evil and elected Republicans are just stupid. Right. And Democrats are always in lockstep with each other. They single-minded,
if you step out, you're ousted. That's why Fetterman's in a lot of shit right now.
Yep. But like the vast majority of the Democrats are like single-minded. Here's what we're all on the same page. Yeah. Republicans are not like that. They're very much like, no, we should do it this way.
There are groups within it that are 100% in lockstep.
Yep.
Well, the Democrats are an entire play that are trying to work together, but most of the times that they're constantly backstabbing and fighting each other, whereas the Republicans are, for the majority, individuals. And while there's quite a few of them, are some of the dumbest people you'll ever see.
I would say there's quite a few that are also Democrats.
Yes,
more or less, yeah.
But like, eye patchy.
Democrats are like groupthink. Eye patchy. Democrats are very much groupthink, and Republicans are much more independent minded. However, you do get that groupthink.
And I am more terrified by the one that's acting like the Borg. So
yeah, and then don't even get me started on libertarians. They are so far out of like
libertarians won't agree on. So if you have a bunch of libertarians that all love plain pizza. Let's just say they all love plain pizza. They're all ordering a plain pizza. Okay. They are going to find a way to kill each other over having a plain pizza because one of them is going to not like that particular plain pizza, find a reason why, and then argue their point to the point where the other ones begin stabbing that one.
It's going to be like the pan pizza versus regular versus deep dish versus
not even. It's going to be like how many bubbles are on the crust is like what the semantics that libertarians are willing to argue over is how many pieces of parsley.
They're full autistic over the littlest details that are just like, can we just be on the same page with the broader?
The reason I'm no longer a libertarian is because it's just like it's fighting for the sake of a utopian ideal. And it's 100%. Here's the thing. Libertarianism is a utopian ideal, and it's one that we should strive to get as close to.
Yeah.
Right? Fair.
Yeah.
It is also a utopia.
You need to stop fighting yourselves until like it's actually an option that makes sense to fight yourselves.
But at the same, libertarianism as a whole will not work in the way that many people believe it will.
I mean,
because it allows for, let's just say, communist factions to rise up.
For the most part, I was talking about like big L libertarians, you know, the party.
Fair, but even still, like the party politics between it, it really just ends up them arguing so many semantics, all for the sake of a utopian ideal. And as we know, utopias do not exist. They cannot exist because perfection does not exist. So what we should do is get as close to it as possible.
Yeah,
that is what we should do. How close can we get to liberty without everything fucking falling apart? That
close enough for me to have a fried chicken vending machine.
Fuck yes, with like right next to a Glock vending machine, right next to a Sig vending machine.
Okay, I was about to be like, why do I just want a singular Glock?
No. You have to have options. You gotta have options, man.
So you've got the cheapo vending machine, and then the all right vending machine.
Okay, and yeah, then you have the FN vending machine. Yeah.
Why is there a staccato vending machine?
Why is the Beretta one yelling at me with its hands?
Why does it have hands?
Why is it chasing me? The fuck? What? Just take out the batteries for the Sig vending machine.
Yeah, that's one of our next things we got to talk about.
That is one of the things we're talking about.
No, what was it? Because I was about to pull up the next story.
Well, you didn't hear about this, Dalton, about Sig putting out a notice about their red dots?
I read it. So which one of you guys are swallowing and eating the batteries?
Me, absolutely me.
Yeah, no, dude, like they're delicious, but I don't like to swallow them. I like to shove them up my nose.
Bunny.
Sometimes I like shoving them in my pee hole to see how long I can hold my pee back with them, and then how far I could eat the battery.
I do it rectally.
Here, Tech, you want to read that?
Fuck you. Sure, I'll read it. All right. I'm not even going to say the full notice. In cooperation with U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission is recalling the Romeo 5 red dot sight manufactured in 2023 or 2024. The recalled firearm sight poses an ingestion hazard because the product contains a CR2032 button cell battery that can easily be accessed and do not bear the required warnings. In addition, there is a button cell battery provided in the retail package, which is not child-resistant packaging. When button cell batteries are swallowed, the ingested batteries can cause serious injuries, internal chemical burns, and death, posing an ingestion hazard to children. This recall involves, and then it's all the model bullshit. So essentially, first off, once again, Darwinism strikes. Second off, some people are apparently... Enough people are eating SIG's batteries for the Romeo sites that they have to put out a notice about it. Specifically this site, not the other sites that also have batteries.
And like before we even get into product details and all that and like Darwinism, it's saying it's specifically for children, like safety of children.
Yeah, this is not a product.
Who is leaving their
what are you talking about, dude?
Sight out and is letting their kids start ripping it apart to get the battery.
No.
It's not that. Who's
arm babies
packaging out
arm
for all
babies.
Arm the toddlers. Okay, this is America.
Wait, it's just for the packaging? That's all this is for?
It's because the packaging didn't have the proper labeling. It wasn't the child's, that like super bullshit package that you have to have the vacuum poker for.
Like you damn near need to take like a hot poker.
Yeah.
Slash adult resistant.
Yeah.
Like you were sitting there with like wire snips to get this thing open.
Yeah, literally that. So they want that for the that's for the button cell in the retail package. But I believe that the other the site poses hazard because of the battery as well. And it was too easily accessible, like it wasn't screwed down or something. I don't know. It's stupid.
I mean, so it could just be a thing where they could have gone like, hey, this is falling off too easy. We're going to add like a 3mm screw.
Something else. But also, as somebody, I believe the only father in this call currently.
Minus fur babies.
Don't even fucking go there. I will fucking fight you.
I saw your face and I was just like, yep. I know exactly.
Yeah, I'm going to dye your hair blue and I'm going to throw you out with the lesbians.
I already drive a Subaru, so.
You drive a Subaru. Got the Subaru, he has the iPhone, he just needs to vape and eat puss. So
the thing is,
about
like,
in his vagina. He'll hang out with
he's actually more conservative than we are because he won't eat ass.
I do it for Jesus. But Jesus would eat ass. Anyway, point being, 100%. Point being is that as the only father here, my daughter has been around firearms. I know, crazy. It's a crazy thought.
Weird.
She's also been around other things like toys that have batteries. Like, let's just be real. These things exist, right?
Toys have batteries?
Some. And you want to know what she has never done?
Eat a battery?
Yeah, never eaten a battery. You want to know what else she has never eaten? Change.
Oh, like pennies and coins?
Pennies and nickels and quarters and dimes. You know, none of that. She's never eaten screws, or she's never eaten any of the bullshit that has like fucking warnings, like not for ingesting. It's like, oh, no shit.
Geez, Tack, it sounds like your daughter has some, I don't know, common sense.
It's almost like I'm a parent and I watch my kid, and also
I ate Christmas lights as a kid.
Yeah, but you ate them once again rectally.
No, those weren't rectally.
Just like clothesline yourself, just like through your ass out the mouth, hang yourself.
Hilariously, this is not a joke. Apparently, I did that as like a toddler.
Oh God.
But they were like the tiny thin ones, so like they literally just turned to fucking dust.
It's not good.
Got taken to the hospital. Nothing was wrong.
Yeah, if anybody has their Romeo 5 fucking red dot sight from SIG.
Yeah, don't eat the batteries.
Don't eat the batteries.
If you're going to eat the batteries, accept the stupidity of your own actions.
If you're going to eat the batteries, make sure to eat it with a bunch of pieces of copper.
Make sure to film it so then we could laugh.
Absolutely.
I miss Lively.
Chew on it.
No, common sense hasn't been common since.
Make sure you make a full connection with the fillings between the top and bottom of your mouth.
And then lick a 9-volt just for the extra spiciness. Do not do this. I have to legally say don't do this.
In
Minecraft, specifically in Minecraft.
Your nipple ring.
Specifically, do not do what Demi just said.
All right, you guys ready for the next story?
It's not hard enough. This is just kinky.
But do buy a SIG because they're pretty solid weapons.
Up next is our new advertiser.
SIG. Walther. It's like, what?
Up next is the former governor. Up next is the former governor of the 51st state announcing his resignation.
I've also had a chance to reflect and have had long talks with my family about our future.
I thought Castro was
dead. Over the course of my career, any success I have personally achieved has been because of their support and with their encouragement. So last night over dinner, I told my
playing
kids
picture in picture.
Stop sharing with you today. I intend to resign as party leader, as prime minister, after the party selects its next leader through a robust nationwide competitive process. Last night, I asked the president of the Liberal Party to begin that process.
He does. He's like, I'm going to buy out this Christmas store.
A real choice in the next election, and it has become clear to me that if I'm having to fight internal battles,
the internal battle is his butt cancer. His butt cancer. Election. He has rectal cancer from all the gay sex he's been having.
The internal battle is the fact that he found out that Castro really was his dad.
And that's why his wife left him, because she was much more a Mao kind of guy.
Just not enough mass graves.
I just like them when they're a little bit crueler. A little more numbies. I like them to throw numbies.
Instead of giving people health care, let's just have them kill themselves.
In Minecraft.
Yeah, in Minecraft.
Yeah. Absolutely in Minecraft.
Yeah. By the way, can we point out the fact that Trudeau still does? I'm 100% a believer in the Castro thing.
I don't know that I'm 100%, but I can definitely see it, and I can definitely.
It's one of those things where it's not like I'm positive or not, but if it came out apps like we've got the surprised. DNA records, no surprise would show on my face.
He just looks so much like him and has such the same demeanor, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up side by side here. Give me a second.
Yeah, please do, because I know I've been seeing them float around on X for quite some time.
I mean, we also have the images of the
9/11.
9/11.
Matt Damon.
Rob Schneider.
This is a wacky
Adam
movie.
Sandler.
9/11. Flight 93.
Wrong screen. Hold on.
Really, because I'm very confused by that top left one.
Hold on. I don't even know what the top left one is. I'm kind of scared.
Don't bring it back up.
No, I hate bringing up searches because I never know what I'm gonna get.
It was a man in a certain type of face.
Uh-oh. But yeah, so
was it Mustache Man?
It was the guy that was wearing the really bad turban with the
it was the
okay, yeah.
I don't want to say it because this brings the algorithm.
Yeah, I'm sorry that he's because also can you bring up Justin Trudeau's dad, Trudeau Senior?
No, I'm gonna bring up what Demi just
that too.
This
for the holidays. I've had a chance to reflect and have had long talks with my family about our future.
It's an actual photo of Trudeau. I want everybody to understand this.
Success I have personally achieved.
I believe a Halloween photo from like not that long ago.
Yeah. But yeah, no, good eye, because that was pretty funny.
So how much money
did you say
you want to bet that his wife is getting like all the sloppy toppies with Pierre?
I'm not sure anybody wants sloppy seconds after Trudeau.
You might be right, but then again, that's like believing that Trudeau actually, contributed to the birthing of those children. I don't believe that to be the case. I believe him to be the special chair.
I mean, power corrupts absolutely in this, and like she could have given it a few times just because she thought she was going to get somewhere.
Yeah, maybe. Also, can you how the fuck can you respect anybody whose mother is actually like next to fucking this piece of shit and looking at him like, oh, you beautiful thing. Like, but show me a picture of Trudeau with his supposed dad. Because mind you, Castro is 100% his dad. with Trudeau Senior.
Okay, give me a second.
Who was also PM.
And looks absolutely nothing like him.
I have no idea like what his real dad looks like, or what his supposed
not like him.
Like. It's not like him. He's like a short, fat dude, if I remember correctly.
It does not look like him, Dalton. You're gonna be like, wait, okay, now this is why taxes 100%.
Well, wasn't Trudeau's dad prime minister at one point?
That's what I said. Yeah, he was PM. He was PM.
How the family met Castro, because Canada was one of the very few countries that was still doing imports with them.
Almost like they're communist. Anyway,
hold on.
Damn, communists know people.
I mean, hilariously, America was still doing that. They were doing it through Canada. That's why Canada was allowed to go through the embargo, because we were still making a ton of money through Cuba.
Well, I just miss the cigars and the Coke.
I miss the cigars when they were actually good and not.
They're not good anymore.
I mean, for our entire lifetimes, they haven't been good.
Yeah.
So, I guess this.
Yeah. I want you to look at those two people.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the resemblance exactly there, Dalton?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Now, what's really weird is, their entire facial structure, their bridge on their nose, their lips, their chin structure, everything about them is genetically off.
Yeah,
I don't know the nose. I don't know.
Put him back next to Castro, and you will see that he has Castro's nose. Literally just has Castro's nose.
Oh, no, hold on.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, he has Castro's fucking nose, dude.
All right.
Also, what is that fucking picture?
That's when he was studying to be a rabbi.
No.
He was going to be the first Cuban rabbi.
He looked like he was about to ask out an underage girl at a gas station.
That too. Yeah. So
that is that his dad and then Fidel Castro right there? Oh geez. I don't know the whole history.
Canada was one of the very few countries that was actually allowed through the embargo. So there was a lot of meetings between the prime minister and Castro.
Hold on. How Cowboy says the rabbit hole is a rabbi hole. Justin Trudeau's really the reason that ground Jews exist in New York. Tell me I'm wrong. Tacklor. They're speaking Yiddish, a boot. 10 feet that way.
Muscle tough.
It's fucking bad. But yeah, no, I am. Are you a bit more convinced now, Dalton, after seeing that?
Look, I'm not like on the train officially, but like for sure,
You're at the station at least.
I would not be surprised. I might be holding a ticket.
Yeah, no, 100. I'm 100%. You cannot convince me without genealogical evidence that he is in any way, shape, or form related to Pierre Trudeau.
DNA.
I need not just DNA. I need verified by 3 independent DNA sources, and then I need 23andMe to just ruin his life. That way, I could easily hack his data and become Justin Trudeau.
He's already ruined his own life.
I read a really funny tweet the other day.
Yeah,
it was something along the lines of like when Justin Trudeau actually steps down and everything, and he's not prime minister anymore. It'll be the first time that a Castro is not like in charge or like in power in the Western Hemisphere.
It's the Cold War.
It's true. 100% accurate.
So pretty funny.
It's a well thought out tweet.
All right, next topic. You guys ready?
Yes, maybe.
Facebook and Instagram is moving away from their fact checking and they're switching to the community.
Speaking of rabbis. Sorry.
No, he is absolutely about to like.
CEO Mark Zuckerberg said
he looks like he's absolutely about to like start telling you about his pyramid scheme.
Yeah, I guess this is like a weird
video.
I'm selling meta crypto starting in 2025.
I'm gonna start selling health bracelets. They've got the Meta logo on them, and
then you buy them. Every single one will give you access to the blockchain, which gives you an NFT. And the NFTs are going to be these really cool, like banana creatures. And they're like real stickers that you can put on cars and stuff.
Oh,
yeah. I fucking hate this, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm not a Zuckerberg fan at all.
Well, here's my issue, okay? Is I see so many people that are like, "Oh, this is great. He's changing his mind." No. He is 100% a fair weather friend. He is going with the flow, which is cool.
If Kamala would have won, this would not be the steps that he's taking. But he's doing it because he's like, "Hey, this is the times now. We got to get with the times." Like, I mean, he was on Rogan today, basically saying like,
I did see that.
Basically saying that yes, he was a victim of Biden's administration's crackdown on misinformation and all that.
Yeah,
like I don't know, man. You're saying that you're kind of playing the victim right now, but you made the choice. On board with a lot of censorship.
And not only that, it's not even just that. It is the fact that, yes, you have that entire portion. You have the fact that if Kamala won, none of this would be fucking happening, right?
Yeah.
But you also have the fact that this is a guy who time and time again has been made aware, who has denied all of those things. And then suddenly, it's a sudden and then I just can't stand. Here's the thing. Let's just say that one of us, because I think we're pretty much on side for a lot of stuff, all three of us. But let's just say one of us had a vehement disagreement, right? Like, let's just say, Dalton, that you were like 100. Oh, actually, okay, Dalton, you like iPhones, correct?
Yeah.
Right? I do not. I think that they're stupid, and I think that they're technologically retarded, because they are. But point being is we have this fundamental disagreement, right? But you're honest about your disagreement with me, and I'm honest about my disagreement with you, right?
What are you talking about? I hate you. Go away.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
There you go. But we're honest about the disagreement. If you came out to me today and you said, you know what? Like, let's just say that Apple came out today and said, we're now officially making it so if you sign our Apple contract agreement, you are signing up to have gay sex, right? And then you were just like, man, I'm really not into this gay sex anymore. I'm going to go to Android. And then you started bad-mouthing Apple. I'm going to be like, no. You're fair weather friend, man. You're only bad-mouthing them because of this thing that happened. It has nothing to do with how you actually feel about the product.
Honestly, like, I'd sooner switch to like a flip phone than I would to an Android.
That's because you have horrible decision making.
No, I'd rather like I'd rather just not have a smartphone. Honestly, like if I had to make if it wasn't the iPhone, right, and I had to switch phones,
yeah,
I'd probably just be like, you know what, I'm gonna minimize a couple things in my life, and if I have to get rid of the smartphone,
might as well get the next closest thing to Apple's version of smart, which is a flip phone.
Well, no, I mean just like a basic flip phone. I feel like just like call and texting, and that's it. Like, okay,
like, you do know that most flip phones are still running a programming that then went to Android.
I mean, I don't care.
So basically, you're just buying
a
bad Android.
I don't care. Like, okay,
let's not get hung up on this. The point being is that he's a fair weather friend that has absolutely zero fuck. He couldn't give two shits. He claims he's a libertarian. He's as libertarian as my wife is a man. Like, he's as libertarian as Michelle Obama is a woman.
Are you roasting me?
No, I'm talking about, you're not a libertarian.
No, we're legitimately talking about Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, you're just gay. Like, God, what? I know they're close, dude, but like, dude, calm down
now. Because like, you were roasting for a second ago for the Android stuff, and then you like went back. And
I said we're moving away from that because you're gonna get hung up on it for like 45 minutes talking about why your fucking thought process goes down this fucking rabbit hole of hell. Yeah, and then it's going to end with me calling you retarded like it always does. Like,
it's a lobster. Like, yes, Apple is just Samsung for poor and or stupid people, but it costs like twice as much.
Yeah, actually, Apple is insanely expensive. Samsung's expensive too. That's why I like that the Android allows for like things like Pixel, because Pixels are like $600 and they do as much as Samsung.
Yeah.
But anyway, moving away from that, the point is he's a fair weather friend. Zuckerberg's a piece of shit. Fuck him. Don't give a shit that he's on fucking Rogan. Do I think that it's good that he's moving in the direction of liberty? Yes. Do I believe him that he says, yes, they pushed me to do this? Yes. Do I believe he agreed to it? Yes, I do.
I mean, he still looks like a skinwalker, first of all.
That too.
Yeah, you mean just like a robot alien? Just
he legitimately looks
Pull up the video of him trying to drink water in front of Congress.
He legitimately looks like a moving whack at you. But on that same note, he's just trying to make it so Facebook doesn't disappear like fucking
Facebook is
everyone else has.
Facebook is so like, you want to know who uses Facebook? It's like 6-year-olds.
No, and 60-year-olds.
It's like 40 plus.
Yeah.
It's so ugh.
And for some reason, a lot of businesses still use it.
Which I don't get. You know, the way I see it is, I think it went the way of MySpace.
And must be.
Well, like, to be honest, I think it's being used the equivalent of a free website. So that's where people.
If you're over your time, Chairman Thune and I will make sure to let
this man is a lizard. He is a Jewish lizard, and you cannot convince me otherwise. Watch him. He looks at it like, yes, this is how humans do it.
He looks like he's on some form of drug.
Now, look, to be fair,
it's called communism.
To be fair, there is a video of Trump drinking water very weird. And it's funny because his reasoning afterwards was he was just drinking it the way that he was because he didn't want to spill it on his tie. Like, it was, I guess, an expensive tie, and he was just like nervous about spilling it.
If you're a billionaire, an expensive tie means fuck all, dude.
Right. I don't know. It's really weird.
He has thousands of those expensive ties, and if he doesn't, he has access to them.
Yes, but like every camera is also on
I
you.
fully will believe that one.
And
Where
you don't want to have an embarrassing moment. Even though it kind of turned into one.
No, you are not convincing me. You're not convincing me that water is going to ruin your. It's fucking water.
I'm not saying it's going to ruin it. I'm just saying like that's what he didn't want to spill it. That was it. Like I'm not saying it would ruin it or anything.
My Nokia 3310.
Yes. I want to hook that thing up to a fucking like piece of rope and just swing it around. It's a mace.
Flail.
Like people will die.
People will die.
Yeah.
This is a threat.
This is a promise. Watch out, Australia. We're coming. No. Actually, I don't want to go to Australia. I don't like how they say no.
I wanted to go to Australia, and then they became weird.
Communist. Yeah.
I wanted to go to Australia, and then I realized that it wasn't a real place, so I couldn't go.
It doesn't exist, eh?
Damn.
God damn it. What were we talking about? Zuckerberg being a rabbi? Okay. What else?
What's the next topic?
You guys want to talk about some fires?
More rabbis.
Question is which fires?
Yeah, they're actually, that is a fair point.
Do you guys want to, I don't know, like, can we play the Cybertruck blowing up video and have YouTube not get mad at us?
No, YouTube got very mad at me.
Literally all of the videos that are associated with every one of these fires, we cannot show. Like even the California fires are consistently being pulled.
Why?
The one that's being pulled on that is the one that's showing the body.
Weather Channel showing,
which the
even
Weather
the ones
Channel
that are
is
showing like houses and stuff like that are still being pulled down. So it's like you can get vague flames and smoke, but anything that's showing any form of detail, not just body, is getting pulled for some
reason.
What about
like a drone video of the damage?
Maybe. I mean, we're also not monetized.
God, I hate YouTube so much. I hate YouTube so much. YouTube, I hate you.
I mean, screw it. Let's just try it.
I mean, what's the worst they're going to do? Unmonetize us?
We need to pay Shell.
Buy merch, guys.
Buy merch. Every one of you buy 15 shirts.
The link is in the description. InsanityDeveloping.com. Buy merch.
If you buy upwards of 50 of them, we might sign them. You have to send them to us first, and you're paying shipping both to us and back, but we might sign them.
Is that a real video?
Which one?
No, there's a community note on it, or a suggested community note, so I can't take that one for real.
No, this is actually from Game of Thrones.
It's when the dragons attacked. Don't you remember that season where the dragons attacked Los Angeles?
I remember that season.
I remember that season too. When Lord Tyrion went around sucking off Gavin Newsom in that club.
Oh,
here, I'm gonna play this video.
Watched.
If I can find where everything is. I'm working on one screen rather than two screens, so I'm slow. All right, here's the video I'm gonna play.
What you're saying is you're the poor person today?
No, I have my laptop closed, and I usually have it opened, but I just have it closed and in clamshell mode. It's whatever. Here's a video.
I talked to a fireman once. This is one of the reasons it freaked me out.
I did see this one. Yep.
One day, he goes, "It's just going to be the right wind, and the fire is going to start in the right place, and it's going to burn through LA all the way to the ocean, and there's not a fucking thing we can do about it." I go, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah, we just get lucky." He goes, "We get lucky with the wind." He goes, "But if the wind hits the wrong way, it's just going to burn straight through LA, and there's not going to be a thing we can do about it." Because fires are so big, dude. When they're talking about like thousands of acres that are burning simultaneously with like 40-mile-an-hour winds, and the wind's just blowing embers through the air, and those embers are landing on roofs, and those houses are going up, and they're landing on bushes, and those bushes are going up, and everything's dry. And once it happens in a way where it's so spread out that there's nothing they can do. There's nothing they can do.
You just have to evacuate, right?
Nothing they can do.
And
that was 6 months ago.
And as of 5 hours ago, 10,000 homes and businesses have been destroyed. And it's still not contained. Parts of it have been. I believe that there are.
I think I heard
neighborhoods.
I heard on either Fox or CNN or something on my drive today. It was like 3% contained. 3%.
Over there. They're when they're labeling it by like neighborhood, they're saying like, oh, this neighborhood's 100% contained, and it's like, yeah, but it's also 100% gone.
We've got like what Shell just popped up there, where they've cut off the amount of water they're pulling from the mountains, so they're literally shooting themselves.
Dump hundreds of thousands of gallons into the fucking ocean.
Yep.
For like environmental reasons, and it's like, I never want to hear you motherfuckers complain about a drought ever.
Yeah.
Ever. Go fuck yourself.
I
Never.
mean, on that same note, while I feel very sorry for the amount of lives and like livelihoods, etc., that are being destroyed, do not get me wrong. I will also say, a more joking manner, but also a hopeful manner, nature's healing here. Because they very well could lead to them building back a city that's not as much of a
shithole
clusterfuck.
So that's
because it's like 6 different major metropolises that are built on top of each other, not even counting the shanty towns and stuff like that.
It depends on how they build it back. Are they going to build it back to where it's like the way it was?
Did you not see what Newsom said?
Hold on. Or are they going to build it back to where it supports like high density, like migrant, housing?
That's what they're doing. That's what Newsom said he wants to do.
A lot of people are like,
was it on purpose? An infection. Got it.
A lot of people are using the Hawaii argument, the North Carolina. Let's just be real. It is odd that seems to be kind of the MO whenever there's a natural disaster. That weird how we're all putting in high density bullshit and turning rural areas into hell.
Like, tragedy presents the perfect opportunity to do high density housing, and it's just like no, stop it right now.
Now, here's the thing. I think that all of us, I could probably speak for all of us here, that politically, we probably agree with none of the people in these neighborhoods for the most part. Because let's be real.
For the mass city itself, yes.
Yes, for the mass city itself, right? LA is a very liberal hellhole, in my opinion, right? I think it's hell on earth before the fire. Doesn't mean I saw this video. It's fucking insane. Doesn't mean that we want them to die,
right?
At all.
Like,
I don't want these fires out.
I don't want their lives. We never want them to die. Yeah. We want them to be educated.
I don't want their livelihoods destroyed. That's not fair to anyone.
I want them to learn and do better, not
my issue.
Entire lives destroyed.
My issue is that like, should we help all of them? Fuck yes. Should we put aside any political biases and just be human?
Yeah.
Yes. But also, once this is done, should they be able to look at the leadership that has made bad decisions that has allowed these fires to spread way faster because they're not fucking clearing the land?
Yep.
The way that they've dealt with water crises, the way that they've dealt with pretty much the entire fire department being DEI. And here's the thing, whether or not you believe that people of whatever DEI, no, there's no fucking reason that a first responder should be picked because of the color of their skin or whether or not they have a pussy. It should be, can you carry this motherfucker out of the house? That is done.
Yeah.
You can do that. I don't give a shit what color you are. I don't give a shit if you're fucking identify as a fucking toaster.
The bare minimum to learn at least, like the basic care.
Well, no. You have to be able to do the goddamn job.
Well, that's what I'm saying is, can you do the job? The job is learn what you're doing and be able to carry it.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys this question. Do you think after all of this and the reaction from the leadership, the response from the leadership, that's, the mayor, the governor and all that, do you think the people of LA, those that are affected, do you think that they're going to change their vote?
No.
Some of them will.
I think some of them maybe, but
the ones that I've seen, but once again, I feel like it's fair weather. I feel like they believe in the policies, just not the people.
Yeah.
So the thing is they're like, well, it's
not
just
as bad.
Yeah,
exactly. It's not because Gavin Newsom is a piece of shit and made these horrible decisions. No, the decisions were right. It's just because Gavin Newsom did this one little thing wrong, but everything else he did, it would be better if it was this person.
So you think that they want the same policies? They just want different leadership?
They're going to make it wasn't real communism argument. It wasn't real liberalism. It was because, he was corrupt. Yes, because they are.
Hilariously, when California was run by a very openly corrupt man that was being paid off by the mafia, it was in a better state.
It's insane what's happened to that state in such a short period of time. I remember going to Los Angeles with my ex-girlfriend. I was 17, 18, right? And it wasn't like this.
Yeah.
It was like okay to go to.
It's always been pretty terrible, but it's never been as bad as it has been for like the past 10 years.
What year did you go to LA?
As I said, I was like 18.
Okay, so
I'm 36. So we're talking a while ago, but at the same time,
20 years ago, something like that.
Yeah, like 20 years ago. But we're not.
Yeah, I mean,
it's 18, but yeah.
Yeah, I went to LA like 2 years ago, and
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was an experience.
He still hasn't brushed the smell off. That's why he likes Apple so much.
I went through Skid Row. Like, that was wild.
Why? Just because?
Like, dude, you're in LA. Like,
you're in LA. Hey, you know what? You're in New York City. Let's just go to Harlem and yell the N-word.
They respected me.
Like John McClane that?
Yeah, like you're in LA. Let me go to the place where they're gonna kill me because I'm white.
Well, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like part of the reason was I really wanted to see
I'm in St. Louis. Might as well go to the warehouse district.
You want to see what?
The Cecil Hotel.
Oh, okay, that's right. I understand that.
Like, and Skid Row's right there, so it's just like might as well check that out as what you're there. Yeah. And so it's like okay, and what an experience.
Noodle says the governor was supposed to fix everything.
Nope.
First off, he is a Democrat.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, he might.
He'd actually be Republican now with what its policies were then.
He might vote Republican because he believes in a couple things that the Republicans do, but he's a Democrat.
Yeah,
he's a Democrat.
He's a California Democrat. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Do I wish that California would learn? Yes. Yeah. I wish that they would, so they would prosper. I want people to be able to afford houses. I want people to be able to go to work without the drug crises and seeing homeless people shitting on the street and then shooting up with heroin. I want no fires.
I want them to see this and go like, this is everything that our local government has been causing.
Yes.
Who do you guys think might be a good person to put up that could potentially fix California?
Joe Rogan.
Who?
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan, actually, yeah.
I don't think Joe Rogan's going to go for it.
I don't think he'd want it, but that's what you want.
Too much money to care.
Thing is, that's the reason that he's so fucking dangerous politically is because he can't be bought. He has enough fucking money. He has more money than God.
I mean, the real question is, even if he was technically being bought, he'd forget about it an hour later.
Yeah, and then he'd do a bunch of psychedelics, and then he'd be like, "Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Okay, we're going to dedicate all of West LA, and we're going to make it all for like cell phones.
Can you imagine?
I don't want Chinese cell phones anymore.
Can you imagine like a press conference and like a reporter asks him a stupid question? He's just like, "Listen, lady, have you tried DMT? Go try DMT and then get back to me, okay? Then ask your stupid question."
Oh God, I would love it so much. Honestly, though, like when you're really thinking about
Rocket Mortgage.
Right. And then it's like, now from a word from our sponsor.
Jesus Christ. But the way I see it is, I don't know who you get that's worse than Gavin Newsom.
So,
right?
That's fair.
I don't know because he's.
I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I just don't know.
Legitimately, he is Disney evil.
So
he is.
I have seen a lot of people suggest Elon. I don't think Elon. I don't want him as a governor. I don't want him like necessarily in politics more than he already is.
To be fair, I don't even really want him in Doge because that gives him too much power. Because he's leaned some ways, but he's also said some things recently that made me just go like, no.
Yeah, I said some stupid things recently. I will admit that.
Nah, I don't think Elon wants to be governor at all. Like that just seems like you're already so busy, and then I feel like if you become governor, you would have to probably give up your job.
Let me ask you:
these companies,
who exists that could? I don't think you can turn it around in a single term.
I don't know. Not in a single term.
We just put Jim Carrey in charge.
No, he's a Canadian and he's a communist.
No, not Jim Carrey. My God, no.
Because if we're going to have California crazy, I want literal chaos to be in charge.
But you'll just have communism. It'll be the same thing. It'll just be slightly funnier at press conferences.
Not chaos.
Exactly.
No, I think
I want it to turn into The Mask.
I honestly think that California is going to basically elect a Democrat no matter what. Yes. Right? So I think you got to find a common sense Democrat, or at least a common sense former Democrat.
So what, a Tulsi Gabbard?
No. A Nicole Shanahan. I think a lot of Californians, Democrat blue Californians, I think they could probably stomach that.
I don't know.
I think they could.
Here's the thing. Could they stomach it? They could actually stomach a fucking Republican. It's just whether or not they will.
Right.
You know, they've convinced themselves they can't.
So like Nicole Shanahan, she came out, supported Trump, voted for Trump. I think they could probably be like, oh, she's a former Democrat. She's basically a Democrat. We could probably do this.
It's just one of those where I want them to see, like, even if it's just one term of, and with them not blocking every law.
Yeah. A/B test would be nice.
Yeah. I mean, that's literally what we're getting with Trump and Biden. It's like, okay, we had Trump. People, whether or not you believe it was one or not, he was not president for a second term. And then we got Biden, and then we saw that disaster, and then we got Trump again. So it's like, literally, this is the perfect A/B test for politics.
Yeah. And just absolutely, you see, like, oh, they're going through and like actually fixing things.
Yeah.
The money, if we get the right people in, the money's actually going where it should.
Mm-hmm.
But I want you to
pocket, etc.
But we see that in federal elections too, and they still fucking vote the same way. I think that there are people. There's a segment of the population on the left that will vote for them, even if that person came up, shot their dog, like kidnapped their children and sold them to China. They would still vote for them.
Even worse. I mean, there have been candidates who have died and are still voted in.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, this person died last week. Yeah, we didn't realize that. We just voted for them anyway.
Yep.
We voted for the dead. I like what was that town in Alaska that voted in cats?
No. Was it a cat or a dog?
It was a cat. It was a cat. Cat governor.
There was another place I thought they voted in like a dog.
There was a place that did a dog. I thought that was in Massachusetts or something, but Alaska did a cat twice.
Well, not just twice. It's been going on like.
Oh, has it?
2 months a day.
Fuck yeah, that's what we need.
It was actually, I think, back in like November. Demo Matt did a video where he was up there for BF Goodrich.
That's what I remember is when he went.
And it's like the original one was called like Stubbs the cat or something like that.
Yeah,
and it's been like 3 or 4 generations of cats that have been mayor.
A lot of the chat does not like Jim Carrey.
There's a lot of he's a literal communist.
He's
an anti-American communist.
Guys, I said this as a funny thing, not as a legitimate calm down.
I don't know, man. You made a lot of people mad.
Talkeetna, Alaska.
At least it's not you for once, Dalton.
You may hate the poorest, but God, do they hate Jim Carrey more?
Put Joe Menancio.
I do hate Jim Carrey more than I hate the poorest. That is true.
We put a man that loves Henry Cavill. We put Henry Cavill.
I will Henry Cavill for California governor.
Henry Cavill for governor.
Henry Cavill for governor.
Fun fact: there have been 12 different animals as mayor. Look at you, Shell. We've missed you.
We started talking about animals, and she immediately.
Thanks, Jamie.
Thanks, Jamie. Yeah. We have
Thanks,
our own
vagina, Jamie.
No, Jamie's pretty sassy.
Jamie is sassy. Jamie's funny as shit. I love Jamie.
I got you.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, but it's Talkeetna, Alaska. That's where it was, by the way.
It's like this tiny little blink and you miss it Alaskan town.
Jim Carrey is very pro-communist medicine, wants the economy to fund every single social net program, wants single-payer health care.
Moron. Communist medicine.
Wants to fucking have higher taxes for all of the rich. So, of course, he believes that other people's money is his money. Wants a controlled and planned economy like they have in Canada, which is working out so fucking well, mind you. Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't come around on anything other than the fact that he likes art. Like that's what Carey has now come around on.
All right. You guys ready for our next topic?
Sure.
So many saying Terry Crews for Overlord.
No, Camacho.
You guys ready?
Vin Diesel. Yeah. Let's just see what happens.
Vin Diesel. Family.
All right. Next topic is Greenland.
Okay, so I talked about this on my live stream.
Hold on. This is a quick 2-minute video.
Quick 2 minutes.
Charlie Kirk, they went to Greenland.
Yeah, I know. Talk to people. See what they think about America.
Why does he look so uncomfortable?
Have a good time.
The whole town
Charlie
is
Kirk?
showing up, I think, at the airport.
He's a bit autistic.
Let's do it.
Charlie Kirk is like very stiff kind of guy. It's okay.
I mean, this is sort of my world as an outdoorsman, as someone who sort of travels to remote parts of the world. I love it.
Looks gorgeous.
Oh, it is a beautiful country. It is legitimately on one of my to go to.
So what do you need the help with?
Medicine, social, everything, job, everything.
So you like the U.S.?
I like the U.S.
Well, we're leaving the local museum in Nook. Just absolutely cool to see the old hunting styles, the clothes. It's really amazing.
The massive fishing economy there.
Mm-hmm.
This was his original spot. It's where he moved. This is where it all started out here.
Become an oil baron in frozen America land.
Yes, actually, think about the amount of geothermal we could connect to if we
about America. I'm definitely looking forward to coming back.
We could literally power the entirety of the continental US just on geothermal from there.
It's so inconsistent. I hate geothermal as somebody who's had it.
So yeah.
I mean, as the power source, not a heating source. While yes, inconsistent, it's more consistent than wind and solar. Because solar has a ridiculous amount of issues with it.
Less than you think, as somebody who has solar.
I've
had zero fucking issues.
Somebody who worked on solar, it has a lot of issues. It's just for singular homes, yes, it is all right. For grids, it's not a good idea.
Well, yeah, no, but we're not talking grids. And for geothermal grids, they're shit too. So it's just, we might as well just fucking, honestly, let's just oil. Because that's part of the reason we want Greenland is because there's oil and resources off the coast. And it totally removes the idea of like polluting Alaska for it anymore.
I mean, if we do it off the coast of there, and then also would start actually industrializing it more because we would actually be connected to it. It would be considered one of our actual states or territories.
Well, it would be a massive fucking
economic boom for them.
Well, not just that. We would essentially Dubai them. That's the amount of fucking liquid gold there. But also, it is a strategic spot for us militarily, just because of its placement. Apparently, there's a huge amount of submarines that go through that pass, they say.
Mm-hmm.
So they could set up a bunch of sonar shit.
And one of the big reasons that we started looking over there is because there were some massive Chinese-based tycoons that were looking at buying large swaths of land over there.
Yeah.
And so America just immediately went, yeah, but what if we just took over the country?
I just think that it would be a far better, we would utilize it far better than, was it Denmark that currently has it, correct?
Yeah.
Yes and no, because they don't really use it. It's just kind of on a piece of paper. You know what I mean?
I think the population is like, what, 60,000 people on this entire.
I think it's 50,000.
Okay. Well, it's 50,
even less. Yeah.
That's still about as much as the closest town near me. And that's
what it is. I'm saying it's nothing.
Yeah, I mean, but here's kind of what's interesting. So this is the Arctic Circle.
Like 4 or 5 major cities. Then we're just tiny little like hamlets, if that.
So here's the Arctic Circle.
56,865 as of 2023. Thank you, Shell.
There you go, Shell. I mean, this is literally as much land as we have right now in the Arctic Circle, give or take a couple military bases here and there throughout all of this. But like, if we acquired Greenland, I mean, that's a pretty big chunk of land. Arguably the biggest chunk of land in the Arctic Circle.
First Greenland, then Iceland.
Yeah. The memes with Trump is like, it's not even that green.
Yes.
Perfect. But, I mean,
after
like
that, Norway, we take over the Viking lands.
But like you have
Can we please have Iceland?
You have Russia, which is like, the biggest land mass, I think, in the Arctic Circle. And then Greenland. I mean, so I think if we acquire Greenland, that would definitely be a benefit
militarily
there. Militarily, yes.
Militarily, 100%.
Yes.
But resource economics, fishing economy, it makes sense on a lot of fronts. And also the idea that we're going to incorporate it through a purchase would make sense.
Yes. Yep. I think I would rather us spend money to acquire Greenland.
Biggest chunk of land, the most tremendous chunk of land, best chunk.
Spend another dollar to Ukraine.
Wait, what about Ukraine?
I would rather spend money to acquire Greenland.
Yes.
Than spend another dollar to Ukraine.
Because it has a long-term fucking goal attached to it.
It has a benefit and a national interest to us.
And it fully ties it to us in record instead of just like, nah, they just need the help.
Right.
Which I do understand, like there is the other side of the Ukraine thing, which is, we're paying them to fight one of our largest enemies, so we don't have to, but we are having to.
We're basically already fighting. We're fighting. It's a proxy war. I mean, if it wasn't for us, we'd lose that completely because we
have evidence of our own boots in the ground. That's the issue.
Yeah. We should also take into account that making strides that way. This is the counter argument. I feel like a lot of people believe that that's kind of once again kind of returning to American expansion, which to a lot of people is a scary thought.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, to me, it just goes so we can start taking over all these areas that we should have taken over.
Yes, I think it's a great thing. That I believe we should own Mexico and Canada. And
then we start working further south.
Yes, all of South America should be ours as well. Pretty much, if your culture has at any point in time sacrificed a bunch of people on a pyramid with like chopping their hearts out, we should fucking own you.
I'm pretty sure that means we should own the entirety of the world.
Listen, yes, exactly. Thank you very much.
If you live on a continent called America, you should be America.
If your people currently live in shitty tents, we should buy your country. That's what I'm saying. Not all cultures are equal. I don't believe that a lot of the fucking cultures that currently exist in the world should exist.
Buy it, give it internet, and put a McDonald's there.
Let's do it in North Korea and get that fat boy. Make the rest of his people fat, and then they can eat them. It's the only act of cannibalism that this world needs.
So, like, are we going to put like a McDonald's or a Buc-ee's on Greenland first?
Buc-ee's. I want a Bussies all over the world. I want Greenland to be named Bussyland. Have it be sponsored by Bussies. Yeah. We actually have mobilized BK. That's the funny. We should be able to do it with anything at that point.
All I'm saying is we have Buc-ee's there, and then we all have cheap gas.
Yes. Oh my God. World's biggest Buc-ee's is just Greenland, the entire landmass.
All I'm imagining is the Costco from Idiocracy right now, though.
Yes. Great. No, it'd be fantastic. All the Down syndrome people working there.
They're all owned by America.
That's true. They wouldn't remember. They're not illegal if we buy your shitty country. And yes,
the Democrats should be on board with this.
Can I also say why is it so controversial?
Stuff like that between Mexico and us.
Why is it so controversial for so many people when people say they're a shitty country? Mexico, by definition, is a shithole.
I mean, to be honest, ask any like actual Hispanic person that came from Mexico that isn't.
Here's the thing. Why would they be trying to come here if Mexico wasn't fucking shit?
Especially if you ask like the old heads, the ones that are now in like their 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
Because they're like, no, we came here because we hate that place.
Yes. The same thing goes for Venezuela and Guatemala. They're fucking shitty places. They're horrible fucking places run by horrible fucking people.
And we don't have to start setting up, puppet governments and things like that if we just own them.
Own you. Just fucking go in there and militarily take shit over. Yes. You are now the southern United States.
And we can have 100% American-made, USDA cocaine.
You're just selling it to me more, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it also means we can mobilize the military against the cartel.
And then just make it all Texas, though, so then it's really Tex-Mex.
Because that means we could absolutely get rid of a lot of the issues that are happening down there. It's
we would eliminate fentanyl overnight.
We would eliminate a lot of the mass crimes, especially sex crimes, overnight.
Yep. Human trafficking. What? How much of it would be eliminated?
At least 80% of it.
Yeah.
Because I think the last
Trump, call us. We should be your advisors.
I mean, there's an entire Ron White
tactical turtleneck for Trump's advisor.
Nope.
I mean, there's an entire Ron White skit about this.
I will own all of Europe again. My family will return. It'd be great. I think you should buy Sweden, Trump. You want me to tell you why? Because fuck them. That's why.
Here's why you want them to buy Sweden. Because if we bought Sweden,
that means we would get one of the best mercenary forces in the world.
That would allow me to become the president of the United States.
You could argue that you're a natural born citizen now.
It is a state now. Thank you very much. It wasn't when it doesn't matter.
Oh God!
There's no naturalization clause that says that it wasn't a state at the time. Fuck you, asshat. Then fuck this whole fucking Hawaii shit. Dalton's not qualified either.
Hey, look, I was born in Kenya, okay?
Yeah, I know you were born in Kenya. It's fucking white Obama here. Oh my fucking God!
I was born in Hawaii.
I also, you know what? Hold on. Mordrick says, I want Poland. I also want Poland. And here's the thing. I feel like they'd join us willingly. I don't even think we'd have to convince them.
That just means they would immediately get access to all of our military equipment without having to buy it.
Oh, it'd be so fucking funny. They would just have it and they'd be like, hey, this is great. We have nukes now.
It's them just laughing and staring at Russia.
So it's like the little sociopathic cousin. You just give him an Uzi.
You've got a country that's like the size of Rhode Island that's just laughing hysterically, holding a gun.
Yeah, it's a toddler walking into a mall. It's bad.
The culture shock, I would imagine, like if we acquired Canada or Mexico or whatever, just anything, the culture shock. It's like, all right, welcome to America. Here's a gun.
Well, we don't just say here's a gun.
I know, but like.
Yeah, it'd be great.
I wish it was just here's a gun.
I agree. Happy 18th birthday. Here's your first gun.
And by the way,
graduated high school, have a
we're
firearm.
welcoming you into state status, right? Statehood. So with that, you are now a constitutional carry state. So you can just
didn't the Congress
there's
the reciprocity bill?
There is a bill right now in Congress.
Oh, please, God, it would just make my life so fucking easy.
I think that I feel like it's on good track. I haven't been tracking it or keeping a close eye on it, but I feel like there's a good chance that it could pass.
I think we absolutely should have like Guam and Puerto Rico and Greenland. And
well, let me ask you this. Okay, going to the topic of reciprocity, right? Each state is still allowed to have their own gun laws, which is really funny. It's just you have to honor the other state's permit.
Yeah, right.
So your state of New York, your current living situation New York, right?
Yeah, never apply for.
No. The point being is its own citizens would not be able to just readily carry as easily.
Go to another state,
but me traveling to visit you, I'd be able to bring mine and be like, gotta respect it, fuckers. And it's like, why? I can't even do that. Well, fuck your communist government then. Like, sorry.
No, seriously, it's like go to another state, obtain a concealed carry permit, and then there you go. That would be the loophole.
That's not how that works, guys.
I know.
It is the exact.
Listen, we're spitting ideas. We're having fun over here, okay? And you're over there.
You're just over there like.
No, I'm just upset that if I do have a concealed carry, especially if it's in a state where like it's just constitutionally allowed, you don't need anything, and suddenly I go one state over, it is a federal offense.
Yeah, I know.
No, that's what reciprocity would fix, and that's what we need. But I think it's really funny that even with reciprocity, that other state that is very anti-gun still can be anti-gun. So you, as the state over, can go there with your constitutionally protected ability to carry because you have your license saying, I'm from a constitutional carry state. You could just go over there, and then those people can cry.
I'm from a freedom state.
I'm from a free place. You are from hell. I am sorry, but I am not. You voted for it.
I'm currently only being reminded there's a show, or was a show, it has now since been canceled, called Roadkill, which is a hot rod magazine or a hot rod media show where they would like literally take old broken down cars and like try to fix them in a weekend to drive them across the country and things like that. And one of them, they took an El Camino and built it up and drove it to Alaska, and they had bought a bunch of fireworks on the way because it was, I think, like the turn of a holiday or something like that, and they just wanted to do it, and they're from California. And so they get to the Alaskan border because they were driving there, so you have to drive through Canada. They go, do you have anything to announce? And it's like, well, we have these. It's like, yeah, this is America. We don't care. Because they're just like an entire bed full of fireworks, which in California, that's just like illegal outside of direct holidays.
It's so stupid. Like
sorry, my brain just went to that. It's like, this is America. And I'm just like, yeah, this is America. We don't care.
But let's track that reciprocity bill. I would like to.
Yep.
Because also
Lauren Boebert introduced a bill to abolish the ATF.
I saw that.
So there's that.
Can I tell you what my wife said about going back to the reciprocity thing? So they were at a luncheon at her work, and there's a really big guy there, right? Let's just call him Reggie. Okay. And he's a giant black dude. Okay. Right. Big old scary black dude. Really like the sweetest guy. He's a fucking teddy bear, but still. And so they're talking about how, remember, this is New Jersey. They're talking about how, well, what would you do if somebody broke into your house? It's like, so my wife starts going, well, you guys have the duty to retreat. And then they're like, wait, what?
It's like,
you're not allowed to defend yourselves here. You have the duty to retreat. And then only then can you defend yourself.
And you have to even prove that you tried to retreat before you took action.
Exactly.
Yep.
And so she explains all that. They're like, no. And she's like, yes. Like, well, how do you know this? And then she's like, because I have a gun.
even with the duty to retreat, there's precedent where people have actively tried to retreat and then had to defend themselves, and they've still been persecuted.
Yes, 100%.
Because communist.
Yeah, because hellhole.
Yep.
Yeah,
because they're not Americans.
It's like it's very
New Jersey's not America.
Broke into my house, and I tried to get out the door, but they were in front of the door, and I feared for my life.
Yep, doesn't matter.
It's like,
should have tried to. Did you also try to jump out the window?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, there's a window. It's like, dude, I feared for my life. Like, oh, it's too bad. There's a window. There's a window.
It's such a stupid.
He's standing there naked, holding a chainsaw.
No, but the funny thing. So they asked her. They said, "So what would you do if somebody broke into your house?" She says, "Well, I have guns," and they're like, "You?" And she's like, "Yes." And then she starts showing them pictures of her like with a bunch of guns. They're like, oh! In their brain, that doesn't compute. And I've come to this weird realization about it. Okay. People from New Jersey and like blue states, right, are so fucking convinced that the rest of the country is just like their state.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So in their mind, in New Jersey, they genuinely believed. They called my wife a liar when she told them how much we pay in property tax. And they were like, no, I pay $16,000. She's like, we don't pay $1,000. And they're like, no. And then she showed them the tax documents. She's like, in their head, everywhere is like them. And that's why they don't vote for anything differently, is because they are so convinced that everywhere else also does that.
Yep. And they think that they have it good even when they have it bad.
No, you have the issue of echo chamber. You have the issue of everything around you is always the same thing. So why would it be any different anywhere else?
Yeah.
It is legitimately the same issue and the same psychological like buildup as those in an abusive relationship.
Yes. It is exactly that.
Like, not a joke. Those get compared a lot with actual psychologists.
All taxes are theft. Frenchie says property tax. All taxes, taxation, period, theft.
Property tax is just dumb.
It's insane. But here's my issue. You have the income tax, right? So you're taxed on income, but you're also taxed on payroll side, which is your invisible tax that you're not seeing. So you're technically double taxed on income. Then you have to pay your income tax if you didn't pay enough. Cool. Fuck them. Then you have your sales tax. So you have to pay tax on anything else that you buy. Then there's the gas tax, which is being taxed to travel.
Is just a filter that takes away your money the more you go down. And so it's like, you got to filter here, filter. It's like, it just goes down, and it's just like, at the end, you just...
By the time you get down to actual profit instead of gross, you're sitting there with 20 cents.
Yeah, it's insane. Like, I think
you're taxed to death, and literally death is taxed. Your death is taxed.
Yeah.
And everything you left behind is taxed.
Yep.
And as soon as somebody else collects it, it's taxed.
It's also taxed. Yeah.
Well, remember, kids, set up an estate is taxed less.
Yeah. Yeah. All taxes. Taxation is theft.
Is it great?
Taxes are great. I think I have that. I might actually have it.
It's also a good song. Stupidity
sounds like a terrible game.
But point being is, I am 100% convinced that they are convinced that the rest of the world and nation thinks and does and acts just like that, that everything is exactly like it is in their life, because they have been gaslit so much into thinking that their life is normal when it is the furthest thing from it. They have been gaslit into hating freedom.
Yeah.
And believing that it doesn't exist, but believing that they have it simultaneously.
I keep sliding down in my chair.
Don't do that. It's bad for your back.
No, I'm like leaning against it with my back. It's just I'm slowly.
You need a chair that has a dildo that you could sit on that holds you in place.
Turt is right. The federal income tax was supposed to be temporary, and then they were like, "Hey, we actually kind of like this.
Yes.
Let's up it."
Did you see what the who was it that recently said that taxes are voluntary? A voluntary tax system.
The actual.
She was like the head of the IRS.
It's like the legitimate head of the IRS, I believe.
I missed this.
You didn't see this?
No.
Yeah, it was an interview or something like in the past few days, I think. It wasn't that long ago.
I'm looking.
What amazing testimony to
And I really want to use that as basis for just no longer paying taxes. It's voluntary.
Yeah, but Your Honor, the official.
Like legally, as somebody that's the head of something that should have all the information.
Where did you get this tax advice? The IRS official?
IRS commissioner confirms to the United States Senate.
Uh-oh. Dun, dun, dun.
Hold on, let me. There was that one, but I here we go. Let me fucking get the volume to actually like be something other than ass. All right, here we go. Ready?
Yep.
Share screen, Chrome tab, also share audio. Yes. I am sorry that it is the formatting it is, but deal with it. Okay.
Oh, you suck.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
As we all know, that our U.S. tax system is a voluntary tax system, and we depend on people willing every year to sit down, fill out that form, and pay their appropriate amount of taxes. So I really think enforcement is a reward to those who voluntarily comply. And I think if the public does not see that the IRS is enforcing the laws, we're going to be at risk of losing people continuing to voluntarily comply.
What?
That was like the worst audio. But
she's contradicted herself, though.
Yes, you did. But also, you have the actual IRS commissioner, which is right. And this one is you're gonna be real happy, Dalton. You ready?
I feel like I'm not gonna be happy.
Look at it, it's big.
No, I see what you're saying.
And as much as we know that the folks at IRS have a thankless job because they have to go and tell their fellow Americans that they may be audited or they have to do this work understaffed, we have to maintain the confidence in the system because it's a voluntary system of payment of our taxes.
He's absolutely right, though. The IRS, whoever
it's a
works
thankless
IRS,
job.
It is a very thankless job. I will never thank them.
I will never thank them. And it's also, it's not a service. See, here's the thing about a service. A service is someone I hire. I get a service when I go pay for
right when you want or need something done. Right.
Yeah. If the IRS, like, we just accept that taxes are a thing, like, just going to that thought process. If it at minimum just went like, here's the letter and the email going, this is exactly how much you owe. Here's the itemized, like listing of why. If you would like to contact somebody to argue some of these charges, here's this. Here are the forms you need to fill out for things on your side to get tax exemptions, etc. These are the forms you need to go to. I think we would hate it less.
I think it should just be, if there is a tax, it should be a 5%. And it should not be on income. It should be a consumption tax.
Yeah.
Sales tax.
Yeah. Like if you voluntarily buy something,
yes,
there's a tax on it.
But here's the beautiful thing about that.
If we just have
you don't buy it.
5%, that is immediately like it's already on the price, like it is with almost every other country in the world, where it's just like it's on the price tag. That's what it is.
Right.
But once again,
the point, like, we don't even notice that it's a tax. It's just part of the cost of the item.
Right.
Remember, IRS commissioner.
They may be audited or they have to do this work understaffed.
Hold on, turd. Get rid of this so you guys can see the
this isn't the IRS commissioner, is it?
We have no confidence.
This is a representative.
This is a representative, but he's voluntary
system
of our yeah.
Right. He's just
he's questioning the commissioner. He's questioning the commissioner.
Right. Well, I think right now he's giving a lecture to everybody, and then
of course he
might ask a question or two, but that's it. Yeah.
It's a voluntary system, guys. But it's so voluntary that if you voluntarily decide to not do it, they are going to come to your house with a bunch of guns, and they are going to either end your life, or they're going to throw you in a federal prison where a large man is going to sexually assault you.
Remember, kids, the only people that like the IRS are the ATF.
That too. Well, that's also Nighthawk says that would be the fairest tax. That's why it's actually called the fair tax. It also means that welfare whores also have to pay tax because it's weird. When you buy things with your welfare money, you also would pay that tax.
Weird.
And people are like, but the rich people, that's unfair. First off, you don't get to determine how much of another person's money is a fair amount for them to be able to keep. That's one. Two, they also buy more things.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. Just saying. Yeah.
You make me hate people more. What is our next topic?
Yeah, let's change it up.
I get really depressed when we talk about taxes.
Give me something bright to look at.
All right,
it's probably an explosion.
Show me Sydney Sweeney's boobs.
So Trump has this really weird ability to like say something or do something or propose something that you never knew you wanted until you're like, whoa. You hear it and you're just like, that's the best idea ever.
Because it's free whiskey and water fountains.
This is one of them.
Oh, is this the Gulf of Bussies?
So right now it's the Gulf of Mexico, but he has proposed to rename it the Gulf of America. And I think this is hilarious because I think that nobody thought they wanted this until they heard it. And then they're like, you know what? I want this now. The Gulf of America. That's hilarious.
Nah, Gulf of Freedom.
Well,
Freedom Gulf.
I think there's people who are just like, like a lot of Texans are just like, I want this to be Gulf of Texas or Gulf of, whatever. But they're also,
it touches a bunch of other states. It can't just be the Gulf of Texas. I mean, I'm sorry, guys.
No, yeah, it can't just be the Gulf of Texas. I mean, Gulf of America.
And if anything, I would call it the Gulf of Florida entirely just because I want it to then also be Florida Man. I want this fan art. I want it to be the Gulf of Florida. It sounds hilarious. It just sounds like it is the primordial ooze. Ooze of Florida. That's just our heroin.
No, there's people freaking out about the chair now.
Yeah, they do that.
Yeah, I know.
They're autistic.
There you go, guys.
No, put the chair back. They're gonna lose their minds.
Well, turd misspelled chair.
They're gonna lose their minds.
I know. They can relax.
So yeah, renaming the Gulf. I'm whatever. I'm entirely down with this.
I guess Marjorie Taylor Greene introduced a bill, so there's already a bill out there to rename it.
Now, but here's the thing. I mean, that only renames it for us, correct?
So I believe there's a couple different steps. I believe so. The bill that she has put forth, it basically requires all of government to recognize that Gulf of Mexico, anything, retroactively is now the Gulf of America. And then it also funds the reprints of maps and stuff like that. And then I think it also has to go, I want to say, to like a committee on the UN or something. Like there's probably weird,
why the UN? No, they're terrorists.
Yeah, you don't want to ever do anything with the UN.
The blue helmets aren't people. Aim for them first.
I agree.
In Minecraft.
Wait, did you guys see them? There's I forget what game it was. It was a FPS, but there was a mod that made all the enemies have blue helmets. I know Helldivers released a skin where the people had blue helmets. Mm-hmm. It was fucking brilliant because people started shooting their teammates. It's like, don't wear that.
I believe, and this entirely could be a legitimate thing. We have the most actual owned sea of what is now the Gulf of Mexico, what will become the Gulf of America, because we're one continuous country, whereas Mexico's actual connection to that Gulf is broken up to a bunch of smaller countries when we get to it.
Maybe, I don't know.
We're going to be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, which has a beautiful ring that covers a lot of
further notes.
Gulf of America. What a beautiful name. And it's appropriate.
You never knew you wanted it until he said it. And then you're like, I want
the only issue I have, and I this is me being the fiscally sound person that
how much money are we gonna throw at it?
How much money is it gonna cost to fucking fund all those maps? Because I never trust the government to do anything efficiently. So
I mean, No, wait. They're just going to roll that out at the same time that we announced that we have accepted Puerto Rico, Guam, and
Puerto Rico apparently voted that they do not want to become a state.
Yeah, but
okay.
So that was something that was said in your stream yesterday.
Yeah, somebody mentioned that. Yeah,
but I would also like to point out that the people that are allowed to vote in Puerto Rico for the majority and the ones that actually show up for it are the rich motherfuckers that are using it as a tax escape here.
Yeah, fair.
So
eliminate all taxes here.
So is it just the businessmen that are using it for their companies that are voting? No, we don't want it to become part of America because then we don't have a tax escape.
That's fair.
A tax haven.
I see. I'm with Carson here. The Gulf of Pussy. I think we need to call it the Gulf of Pussy. I don't care how much it costs then. Because it's funny.
I love how you started this as like as the fiscal
conservative.
Yeah.
But I'm a fiscally conservative person until it becomes funny.
We finalize all of that paperwork and make the maps.
There's a price to memeing.
Yeah, there's
you're already
on at that point.
Other land masses, so then it's like we needed to change it anyway.
Yes. That's the thing is like, but there's a price to memeing, right? And there's a price I'm willing to say. But and here's the thing: there's a that price is higher. The price of memeing, I believe that I'm okay with spending is higher than the price of like just like bullshit vagaries. That's like it's the fucking thing of America. It's like how about the Gulf of Pussy or the Cream Pie Coast? I would be so much happier with those.
I just love that Trump was seriously tweeting out like maps of the US and Canada.
Yeah.
And like calling it America, like the United States. It's beautiful, just trolling.
So funny.
Like he would tweet it and then he'd be like, oh, here's another one. You would tweet it. He's like, oh, here's another one.
Yeah.
It's just like
was really
that
funny.
level of trolling is just so funny.
Well, he tweeted it to the point where the conservative favorite for Canada had to even say, he's like, we will never become the 51st state. It's like the fact that they had to take it seriously. And it's just like,
no. The thing is,
you guys think that you have a choice.
They'll be like the 54th.
So it's funny because I've been on Twitter for probably a decade or so. And the one thing I've learned on there is you don't come out and say something will never happen because it manifests it into happening.
Streisand effect.
Yes, it's literally like
it's part of the
all of Twitter. Like, have you been on Twitter the last like 3 years? It's all of Elon. It's all of Elon's doing. It's just like, oh, the internet wants this. We're gonna do it.
That's why I really want YouTube to be purchased by anyone other than fucking YouTube. Google right now,
Alphabet.
Alphabet.
I want them to be forced to like move their headquarters to like, I don't know, Iowa.
No, move it to like Greenland. Make them freeze.
Kansas City.
No, because didn't they order that it has to be broken up into a bunch of smaller companies now that they've had a monopoly ruling levied against them,
as they should have.
Yeah,
40
Alphabet
years ago.
cannot own like Google Chrome anymore. They can't own YouTube. It has to be different now.
So speaking of big tech companies, TikTok is bound to be banned on the 19th.
19th, yes.
Yep. And so it looks like the Supreme Court might uphold the ban.
Looks like it because they said that Congress has deemed it enough of a national.
Congress passed the bill. Biden signed it back in, I want to say, April or May. So
I'm absolutely okay with this. It is very openly spyware.
It is.
I mean, more or less it's spyware. I mean, they're spying on the generation that's like in the next like 10, 15 years.
No, more or less.
We know for a fact that like in the US, it actively uses the algorithm to push dumber and dumber things. So it actually harms the youth and the people that are here.
Okay, and so does, and you want to know what has an identical fucking algorithm? Every other fucking app.
Facebook. Yeah.
Every other fucking app.
It's almost pushed in that particular direction.
But all of them also collect the exact same. Like this is where I hate the bullshit data argument that people make. It's like they're collecting our data. Yes. Well, they're showing it to China. Yes. You want to know who else is doing it? Google.
I wasn't arguing the data collection one. I was arguing that like, no, it's actively like propaganda-esque forcing.
Okay, so then we should ban Instagram based on that argument. Then we should ban YouTube.
I think the further argument is the fact that
YouTube,
communist China has access, or if they wanted access, they could get it through TikTok.
Yes.
Oh yeah, but they can get it in any other fucking manner of ways as well. Like it's not.
I think that that's what the scare tactic is that they're using with TikTok specifically.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I'm not arguing one way or the other. I'm just saying that the arguments that they're using are bullshit.
I want Vine back.
Yes.
Vine would be cool.
Vine would be cool. I'm down for Vine. But my
And
point
not
is
Instagram Reels, which can.
I also heard, because I was talking with Mephisto earlier today, and he was saying that he's okay with it because he sees it as predatory to people that have ADHD, predatory to people that have gambling addictions, because it is very much the chasing the dopamine kick, right? And I understand that.
Like Meta in general, all of their Reels.
But here's the thing. It's once again a bullshit argument, because you're removing something that has 30 other alternatives that are just as bad, if not worse.
Yeah.
You're not fixing anything. You're just it's a virtue signal. That's my point. It's a virtue signal.
Also, the argument is, I mean, looking at it from the political side, something that we don't have control of.
You know what's funny though? Like
it's bad precedent to set.
It comes into effect.
That's the thing. It's the bad, and I'm not saying this is a good thing. As a country, this is a bad thing. Personally, free market, I mean, whatever. But as a country, having something that we will never be able to control in some manner, and I don't mean like actively control, I mean,
well, that's the thing
if it's pushing
under
terrible things.
Trump said in his first term that he was going to ban TikTok unless they were owned by an American company, correct?
I believe so, more or less, yeah.
And then what did they start doing? They've started formulating an American LLC or a corporation that was going to own them. And I believe that currently ByteDance US is different than ByteDance CN.
I don't know. I haven't dug into it.
I think so. I'm not 100% on it. So,
but what I find, so you're gonna see this 100%. If TikTok gets banned on the 19th, you're gonna see this. You're gonna see a whole bunch of people on the internet complain that Trump is doing this because he's the guy who will be president when this ban is in effect, and they're gonna fail to realize that Biden's the one who signed this. Congress is the one who signed this and approved it. You know, Democrat-controlled Senate is the one who signed this and approved it. Democrat president signed it.
I mean, these are also the same people that were complaining about all the terrible things that were in the very entrance of Trump's last appointment.
You had during the California fires,
we're screaming about it and just going like, none of this was
people
Trump.
People are blaming Trump right now for the California fires.
They're blaming Trump,
and they're also the same exact people that said that like all the good things that were in the first year of Biden's term were Biden, and it's like, no, that was all Trump, and they're currently being dismantled by Biden.
Yeah. It's like, oh, those tariffs that you're saying are bad.
The economy was so
the
good.
ones that Biden has currently kept.
And it was like, you mean all the stuff that Trump did? And if you look at the laws, they're removing them.
Well, it's an interesting phenomenon when you listen to the media and you see them say, oh, the things that Bush didn't happen, didn't take effect until Obama, and that's why everything bad is happening under Obama. And when Trump gets into office, it's like, well, everything that's good happening under Trump is because of the Obama years, and it's just like
verifiably false. By the way,
maybe the first 6 months.
That much of it does not have a 4 to 8 year delay.
Yeah, no,
it does not
it's
do that.
like a 6 month delay
at max. Like it's a 2 month
depending on what
delay.
it is, but yes. I'm just going to go across the board like 6 months.
Yeah, it depends on what it is, but it does not have
like your first quarter of results in.
Yeah, it's such fucking nonsense. It's such fucking nonsense.
Like they tried pinning a lot of who was the president before Jimmy Carter? Was it Ford? Nixon? No, Ford was after Nixon.
Ford was after Nixon. He was forced into the
dude, this is not my
Ford. It was Carter after Ford. So they try to pin a lot of, I guess, the things that Ford did on Carter or something like that. I can't remember. And then a lot of the success that Carter did onto Reagan.
Yep.
And it's just like, hold on. No, that's not how that works.
They tried to give Reagan all of the like peace treaties and stuff like that Carter did.
Reagan did not get elected twice in a
I will say, like, despite all the things that
you're right.
There we go. Thank you, Shell.
Yep.
Despite all the things that that Carter did terribly, he did have a really good track record of negotiating peace. Like even after he was out of office, he was used as an ambassador of forms and a peace negotiator.
Except for with Iran.
Except
there's that little thing,
Yeah,
you know.
That and the Panama Canal that probably cost them the election is what Trump was saying.
Panama Canal is another thing that people are saying we should take it over.
Yeah,
absolutely. We built that bitch.
I actually agree with that. We should.
We had a bunch of our own U.S. citizens die there
building it. We should own the Panama Canal. Yes.
And we should re-elect Teddy Roosevelt.
Yeah, yes. Nighthawk just said, everything good is happening under the current administration. Everything bad was inherited. Exactly what the narrative is.
That's it. And that's the thing is it's all narrative.
Well, it's going to be funny because it's like
all narrative.
Trump, everything that is good happening is because of Obama under Trump, and then Trump gets elected, and then it's like, okay, cool, and then it's like Biden gets elected, and then everything bad is happening under Biden is because of Trump. It's like, okay, so then what? Everything good that's happening in Trump's second term is going to be because of Biden? Is that really the game?
That's their argument that they're making. Yeah,
always the game you want to play, because that makes no sense. You're going to say everything is happening under Trump now is bad, and then whoever becomes president after Trump is like, what are they going to reap the benefits?
So I have a great idea. Let's have the next 3 presidential terms be Republicans, and let's just see if that's true. Just for the memes. If you guys are if the liberals, if you are so convinced that this is correct,
it'll prove that you're right, liberals.
So let's have Trump, then let's have JD Vance, and then let's have Vivek.
Nah, I'd rather have Vivek before JD.
Whatever.
JD's already VP. Like,
I know.
That's why I'm making the argument. But the point being, let's have that.
Vivek's going to be JD's vice.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That would be
both from Ohio, so there's that whole shenanigan.
And fucking Vivek Ramaswamy is a billionaire, self-made, and can quite literally buy a house in fucking Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
I know.
Move a state over, asshole.
I know.
Like, don't give me that shit. Such a cop-out. Move.
That's why I called it shenanigans.
Shenanigans indeed. But still. Shenanigans aside.
Now, there
if
are
people noticing me just like wildly looking back and forth. I have 2 kittens that have the zoomies right now. And I've watched them run headfirst into the wall a few times. One of them just did a about 20-foot slide across my kitchen floor. It's interesting over here right now.
A real homie.
So there's a really interesting theory, and I'm calling it a theory because I don't know that I subscribe to it.
Okay.
That Trump can run again. Because
I have heard this theory.
Because he was elected non-consecutively, and they're saying that the 25th Amendment meant consecutively.
I don't subscribe to that theory.
Because if you actually read the amendment, it says for a total of either 10 years, 2 terms, or 10 years. 10 years.
Yeah.
And that's basically just like if you were like VP and there was 2 years left of a presidential term and somehow you became president, you could theoretically serve those last 2 terms, be elected president, and then be reelected president, serve a 10-year max, but that's it. Anything more, like, so if you were president for 3 years, then get elected for a 4-year term, you would theoretically be ineligible to run again. That's how I interpret the 25th Amendment. So I don't think it's correct to say that Trump can run.
I think it requires
consecutively
requires
doing it.
And also, can we also point out that Trump is how old now?
Oh man, yeah, that dude. I wanted. He said that he wouldn't run again, even no matter how this election went. So
yeah,
he would be a hypocrite for him to do that because he's actively. His big thing was going like, "You're too old for this shit."
78.
Yeah.
Thank you, Boob Jamie. I'm trying to figure out which one I like better, Boob or Vagina Jamie. I like Vajamie. Thank you, Vajamie.
You're tism. Things.
I think we have a winner with Vajamie.
I'm so sorry, Shell.
What is our next topic? Because we're getting past 10 o'clock.
Our next topic is Patreon.
No, we covered it. Demi,
we missed a few things here.
Okay, what are some Well, it's okay. So, what are some things that we want to fire off real quick?
Okay, aliens.
Aliens. Actually, they really are bringing up a bunch of alien stuff again, which means there's absolutely
there's something else going on. Yeah, something else going on.
Better psyops.
Boeing's been fucking up again. We had. I don't know the exact number of the amount of plane crashes that were all Boeing aircraft that were very similar in issue.
There was the South Korea one where sadly all the people died.
They pulled 2 people off, I believe.
So 2 people out of what, 210?
Something like that.
Something like that.
Which, by the way, if you watch that video, it is like me who has had a license to fly small aircraft going like, this is the exact opposite of everything you're supposed to do.
No, 100%. It was like everything that they should have done, they didn't do. And also
the airport's right next to the ocean. And yes, while it would still crash and possibly kill a lot of the passengers, it wouldn't cause the sparks that would cause it to erupt.
It's
How many survivors out of
181? Thank you.
Wild.
Thank you, Jamie.
It like not only scrapes the full speed, no slowing down.
It was Jeju Air's fault, but but you're saying that, but it was a landing gear issue.
It was a landing gear issue, but they also didn't do anything with the flaps to slow it down. You can slow down an aircraft with the flaps. They did nothing with that.
No, 100%.
They knew the landing gear was an issue for a long enough time that they could bring themselves to a not exactly safe, but a survivable outcome.
So there's that issue. Then there was the one in Canada, right?
In Canada.
How many more were there? Because there were a bunch more.
There were a bunch more. There was like 3 more in the U.S. I don't remember exactly where they were. It's one of those where you're just kind of scrolling through the news going like, they're talking about this again? Oh, no, it's a different place.
Yeah, there were quite a few.
So anyway.
And I think they were all Boeing's -1.
So Boeing's just, hitting all 3-pointers again. Like, somebody's going to wake up with a suicide note tomorrow. That's all I've got to say.
In Minecraft.
In Minecraft.
This
is the game we play now.
We all just go
in Minecraft faster.
Yep.
It's one of those where you just go, oh yeah, YouTube keeps changing this rule back and forth.
Yeah.
Apparently Boeing is making announcements that they are believing that they should
get out of the aerospace industry.
No, but they might want to change a couple things up.
They should probably get out of the space industry first.
I agree with that.
Submarines. I hear there's good market in submarines, Boeing.
There were also single engine planes recently that have crashed. Yep. There was the one that tried to land on the highway, but they crashed into the highway. 2 people died in that one. Yep. And then there was another one where they crashed into a mobile home.
That just sounds hilarious.
Sounds like Alabama.
In Minecraft.
There was another one in Kazakhstan. I'm not sure if that one was Boeing. I think it might have been
Shell saying that we've had 5 airplane accidents in 2025 alone.
That's bad.
That's pretty bad.
What about Boeing donating to the Clinton Foundation?
What is the
calm down, Ben?
Boeings are the Boeings knew where Hillary Clinton hit what she did with her emails.
JFK Jr. died in a plane accident in 1999.
Yeah.
I think he was considering running for the Senate seat that I believe Hillary Clinton got. I'm just saying, I'm throwing that out there.
Almost the entirety of the Kennedy's family has been mysteriously died, usually while in or running for political office. And
RFK is the first surviving Kennedy thus far.
Yeah, I feel like he's just
stay safe.
Private,
I want healthy food.
Bodyguard.
Surround that man with just
he's got to have like a hand-picked PMC that works solely for him that he pays ridiculously so they'll never look for bribes.
A dude who doesn't have a tongue anymore.
I'm nervous that we're talking about this because, like I said, you don't want to manifest anything by putting it out there. I believe his confirmation hearings are like in the next week or 2. I could be wrong, but Yeah, I don't want anything bad to happen to that guy.
To be fair, if something happens to him, you just go like, well, I guess we have to follow through in everything he wanted because we know this wasn't
out of respect for him.
This was a word I'm not sure I can.
The FDA needs to be abolished, just completely. Ban all seed oils.
Just set it on fire.
Set all seed oils on fire. Yes. Why? Because they're extraordinarily flammable and they were meant for engines.
Consumed yet. Important note.
Let's see. There was the definitely not terrorist attacks that happened. We didn't talk about that on here.
In New Orleans? Yeah.
All sketchy.
I forgot about that. Yeah. Yep. There was that.
I forgot about the most recent terrorist attacks on the United States.
Well, like what, 10 days ago? Yeah, weird.
I don't think we've had a podcast since the CEO assassinated either.
No, we've had a podcast since the CEO thing, haven't we?
No, you've made,
we have.
video. I didn't know if there was a podcast.
Yeah, we talked about the CEO getting
it was during a work week for me.
Rum red.
I think red, yeah. 68 in December.
Yeah.
Jesus. It took me a minute to count. That's a lot to count. I don't blame you.
Shell, can you find out what kind of plane this was? I'm posting it into the
group chat.
Into the group chat. I want you to find out what kind of plane this was. I'm not sure if it was like an Airbus or. Oh wait, no, I found it. Embraer.
I believe so.
Okay, never mind. It is a Brazilian multinational aerospace. I already found it. Never mind. Thank you.
That'll be fair. It may actually be owned by Boeing.
That is fair. Yeah. Can you find out who owns Embraer?
And 3 seconds later, oh, never mind, Shell. I already found it.
Yeah, I'm not looking it up. Yeah, look, but tell us, Shell. That would be very helpful. Thank you. We love you.
What other topics did we miss?
Fucking pro. But dude, there's so much, man. It is.
I hope all of you had a very Merry Christmas. I hope everyone is having a fantastic New Year on your end. I'm hoping that everything changes for the better. I'm hoping that all of you find love and have children and everything's happy.
I hope that if you want something for your life, that change comes. Embraer is owned by multiple, including American Airlines, SkyWest Airlines, and Republic Airways.
Look at her.
So,
all right. Here's the thing. For anybody who doesn't know, I already have flight anxiety. It's a control thing. I don't like planes. This is not making me not like planes.
This is actually kind of why I want to go back to. I want to go get my license again for it. Because at this point, I need to go through. I want to go through the entire schooling again. It's been long enough. It's been almost 10 years since
Mephisto said, "Why is it that a control freak like me doesn't have like my own?"
I would actively work with you if that's something that you would like to do.
I might actually consider it.
Okay. Because I need to go get my license again, and I would very much like. There's an entire thing for teaching on that.
I think that I had to get a
dude. It would make it so we could visit each other way easier.
But I had to get a pilot's license. But it was like specifically for my drones.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's an aerospace.
So it's a totally different thing. But I know
that is an aerospace pilot.
You walk into an airport and you're like, I got a pilot's license, and it's just like, what kind?
It's so stupid that they require that anyway.
You need a completely different license for like single prop versus dual prop versus
I'm sure
jet engine versus
yeah. I'd probably just get like a Cessna or something that I could reasonably take off in like a short runway.
All I'm saying,
clear my land.
You have enough land. You can build your own like farmer runway.
That's what I was That's what Mephisto. He's like, hey man, just give me a chainsaw. You have a TRX. We could rip some stumps out.
all I'm saying is, you do that, it makes it way easier to visit. Because if I go get my license again, that is literally an afternoon visit.
What?
To fly up to you if I have
100%.
There's a correction.
Yeah, I saw. Thank you, Vajami. Can we get a Vajami shirt?
Just pay Vajami.
just says Vajamie and it's Shell going. It's the little cartoon character with a thumbs up.
No, I'm imagining like the Dogma Jesus. Just
oh, I like that with like the sunglasses. Yeah,
like this, but Vajamie.
Yeah, but it's like sunglasses, smoking a cigarette, pointing. I like it.
Cigar.
Base Shell is just Vajamie.
Yeah. Hey, Vajamie. Oh my God. Look for a super cub, says Ben. Yeah, I don't know enough about that kind of stuff, so I would definitely be seeking the advice of people who do if I were to get my pilot's license. Just saying.
I'm not interested in getting a pilot's license. I'm just saying.
But I would be able to fly to you, Dalton, in like.
Yeah, I'm down for
How
that.
long would it even take?
It would take an hour or less than because when I fly
it would
from
be
Philly,
almost equitable.
When I fly from
for
Philly
you because
to
of all
where
the
I
actual
am,
pre-flight checks and everything that you would have to fill out.
Really?
When I fly from Philly to where I am now, it's less than an hour.
Yeah, but you don't have to worry about the pre-flight shit. I would.
Yeah, well,
like if you're going through and you're actually scheduling your own plan and everything, like
so
it would be
maybe
easier
3
if you're
hours
going
for
from
you.
like your private airline,
Your private airline.
your own private airstrip with your own, like you own the aircraft itself. And if you're going to like an old like farmer's runway or something like that.
Yeah, that's probably what the plan would be because I know they exist by him, and I if I built my own.
Well, it's like I have an old World War II era strip here that I would just use because like it's mostly farmers and a couple of the execs for like Cummins, stuff like that flying through here.
I mean, I don't know of a runway near me, but I definitely know there's some flat land near me.
Oh, I guarantee, like, there's an entire system for looking it up, and I'd have to see what it is now because it's
I'm sure there is.
much better than what it was when I originally was learning. For you to go like, yeah, there's this tiny one. You can call them up and go like, hey, I want to set this up.
I would not have to worry about the TSA as well, which would be a beautiful thing.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It is. You have.
I would actually actively write "fuck the TSA" on the side of my plane.
Vaguely illegal, but
no, free speech.
That's not the free speech. It's what you actually have on your aircraft. Because especially for smaller aircraft, they try to leave as little random like wording on it as possible.
Okay, so, then I'll tow one of those things, like one of those companies that flies the signs.
So there you go. That's fine. There you go.
I was gonna say
you even have like an own private entrance even on major airways, or like you go to like a major airport, there is a private entrance for people that are there for their aircraft.
That I do know.
I was gonna say like your tail number could be like basically that, but like all randomized to make it look like it's random, but like you actually can clearly read what it is. Like they do that for license plates and everything. Yeah.
For
like just be very clever about it.
Yep. Forever.
It's like F3K.
Yeah.
3 4 T M Y A Z Z.
But you're honest, those are random letters. I did a random generator.
Yeah, just what it came up with. Totally doesn't say eat my ass.
I mean, just like license plate, you have to pay for custom things, but yeah.
Fuck yeah. Worth it.
I'd do it.
69 TSA 420.
For the memes, and then it's just like Pepe. I just named the plane Pepe.
Like a dual prop 10-seater, that would be nice.
And then if I get to register my own farmer's airport, I would register it as Kakistan. Be perfect. I would love it. This is making me happy. I'm wanting to do this more and more.
We'll talk.
That's for the memes. We will talk. We're doing it for the memes, everybody.
Do we have any more topics that we want to cover?
Yes. Yes, we have one more topic. Okay, are you ready for the one more topic?
Nope.
You're not?
Okay, fine. Now I am.
He's on the edge of his seat.
Okay, so I have a theory.
It's herpes.
It's crabs.
Oh, well, thank you for letting me know. I'm so glad. No,
syphilis.
I have a legitimate theory. So we currently in this country, right? We currently operate under the assumption that we live with a certain degree of technology. Yes.
Yeah.
Right. And going into the Tesla Cybertruck explosion, there have been many people who have mentioned because the guy talked about gravitic propulsion, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, as a result, I got a comment on my YouTube about this, and I just want to point something out specifically. They're like, yeah, if you're questioning whether or not it exists, well, why is there a patent for it then? I'm going to tell you why.
Because there's also a patent for a fried chicken vending machine, but I don't see those on the street.
There's a patent for things conceptually. It's called a conceptual patent. And it's what majority patents are filed for. It doesn't mean the technology even exists. It just means that the plan or a concept for the technology to exist has been introduced. A theory.
Yep.
Not even proven. A theory can be patented.
Yep.
I mean, in the author space, we send in copyright for like literally just the vague markings you have for a story idea. If you know you were going to write that story. So then from the very conception up until the ending, when you send in your final draft, which you then copyright that, every step of it will be copywritten.
There you go. And that's the thing, is based on concept. So
and
now,
like legitimately one of those could just be Goblin Big Tits, the adventure.
The point being is that I want people to understand that I'm not saying whether or not that technology exists, because I'm also well aware that we had jet propulsion and we have this, the whole Area 51 bullshit was really just our spy planes and shit that we did not realize that we had the tech for of the time, right?
I mean, the field that I was talking about, the World War II field that it's out here, and like I've told people on here where I live, like Freeman Field is the airfield that's next to me. That was the original Area 51, like not a joke. That is where we were testing our stealth bombers and things during World War II.
But the point being is that was technology that we thought at the time did not exist, and then we find out 50 years later exists, right?
Like,
so am I saying that that's an impossibility?
No. What was that ridiculous engine that made like one of the fastest aircraft we had, the Mustang engine?
Maybe.
But that was being tested out here. We also had the Tuskegee Airmen. They came out here and did a lot of stuff. Like this,
the point being is, I'm not saying that it's not existing. I'm just saying that the patent does not definitively mean it exists, nor does it. First off, also the government's not going to share their fucking patents with you. Fuck off with that nonsense.
So,
also, there's a lot of things that we have that are just sorry, Dalton. Please. 1 second. There are a lot of things that we have patents through, like as you're saying, that are just theories, but ones that like we're like, this could definitely work. Yeah. It's not even just a theory, it's we don't have an energy source for it.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Right.
So like
we have an interstellar engine that we actually have a theory for. No fucking way to power it.
It's not even just a theory, it's like we know for a fact this would work if
mathematically it works.
If we ever get enough power for this thing. That's what I was going to bring up. It's like we have stuff for a legitimate anti-gravity. If we have something that has the power for it.
Yeah.
So what I was
going down that rabbit hole.
I don't have a lot of time to like watch Timcast anymore, but I see clips, and one clip that I saw in the last like day or two was Nancy Mace apparently was on there, I think yesterday or something. Okay. And she talked, there was a clip that I watched that she talked about the UFOs and stuff like that. And she basically said that before they went on winter break, she was in a skiff, and a lot of the like drones and UFOs and all that stuff, she said that a lot of that we know of, like we know what that is and everything, even though we can't disclose it, we know what it is. But she did say that there was two shapes that we don't know. The US government does not know what those two shapes are, and she said she couldn't disclose what the two shapes were. But that the fact that the U.S. government has no idea what those two shapes are that are flying around and everything.
But that's the thing, is like, okay, so all that also means, because here's the thing, everybody wants to be the conspiracy theory. We want the enigma.
Could just be another country.
Exactly.
Well, it's not just that. It could just be one
private citizen.
That individual does not have access to the information.
Could be that.
That too as well.
Because for Area 51, it was only like the people that worked there. And even then, the people that worked there a lot of times had no idea what was going on besides the fact that they were guarding. Or like even going back to the Manhattan Project, 99.9% of the people that were working on that project had no idea what was going on.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So here's the thing, is I don't want people to get sucked up in the this must be true because XYZ. No. That's not how this fucking works. That's not how the world actually fucking works. I'm going to tell you right the fuck now that there's so much theory crafting in the world that it's nonsense. Trust but verify.
Yep.
Everything. And that's why I never want people to be like, you're being a dick. No. Just trust but verify.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, that's a very fair just way to live.
Yeah. And so I will believe in gravitic propulsion when I see gravitic propulsion drones delivering dildos to Dan Crenshaw.
That's the thing. I fully believe in gravitic propulsion. I don't believe we have anything that can power it.
Fair. And I also, I'm kind of with you there. Theory wise, totally believe it.
Because like even the stuff, like if you follow the energy, not just the market, but the energy discussions around the world, like there's a few things that can create that much power, and we can't make them last longer than a few seconds, or else they start melting down. And in places like, say, South Korea, which are like the peak on this, can't get it yet. And they will absolutely blare that stuff to market because they want to show like, hey, we're still a key player in all this.
And also,
then
China doesn't develop anything by themselves. Also, I would like to point that out.
Oh no, they steal everything they have. Well, it's not just us; they steal it from everyone.
Yeah, China doesn't develop.
I'm so sad. I used to believe that aliens were real, and the government said that they were.
Yes.
Bull crap.
I love the water is wet, Dalton. Water is wet. Fire is hot. Boobs are made of boob. You know?
Yeah.
Southerners can't drive in snow, and the government lies to us, And then 40 years later, the government tells us the truth, but we still assume it's a lie.
No. It's the thing is, they tell us the truth, and we look at them and go, like,
you think that's air you're breathing?
They tell us the truth, and it's like the alien thing. It's like, I absolutely believe there's no way we are the only ones out there. That makes no
mathematically,
it's just mathematically that is impossible.
Yeah.
It's just like, all right, guys, and aliens are real. Yeah, cool. I don't care. Why are we currently dying?
That's the thing is, I do believe that we have to live in a world of wonder, right? I think that's what drives humans, right? The idea of creativity drives us.
Yep.
The idea of the
Whimsy,
unknown,
wonder, and curiosity is what makes us human. If we no longer have that, why are you alive?
It's
exactly
the reason why we innovate. It's the reason why we.
I stood outside in the snow just watching it flurry down for about 15 minutes because it's pretty.
I'm with you. But the point is that while that is all true and while it is good to dream, I think it's a wonderful thing. I think it is one of the most beautiful things we as a human being have the capability to do.
Communism will never work.
That too. Communism will never work. Yes, it was real communism. It doesn't matter how many times you try it. It still sucks. But also, I'd like to point out that we're nowhere near capitalism. But
no,
I would like to point out that there's a time and a place, and there's a moment to be real as well. Stop focusing on all the shit that you can't prove and start looking at the things that you can realistically, tangibly change now that would make a world of difference.
Yep.
Stop worrying about the what ifs. What ifs mean fuck all.
Also, we can just go with the self-help things. If it is to be, it's up to me. Like, be the change you want to be in the world, guys. Also,
I almost removed Tack when he was going on that, and was just like, all right, who else has had enough of that?
Also,
wow.
No, I'm kidding. I didn't do it.
Perception is everything. Smile more. Your life's going to be better if you do.
Yeah, and if you have a girlfriend that gets drunk and asks you to pee in her mouth, don't do it.
Why?
This was a really weird way to start the podcast, and a really weird
That's
way.
Right. Don't pee in her mouth. Pee in her butt.
Really weird.
Kick her in the stomach and then see how far she can propel herself.
All right, guys. I think we're getting about to the end. I think we need to
head on over to Patreon. You guys,
go take a pee break and head on over to Patreon.
All right. So here's the deal. For people who don't know, we do have a Patreon. The link is in the description.
I'm gonna go grab a snack while you explain this.
Oh, we still have to change the pricing tiers. We got to figure that one out. Right now,
I told you to talk to me, and you never did.
I got busy. I'm busy when I'm not doing this. But yes, we do need to work on that. Right now, it's $5. You sign up, you will get a link there will be a link to join the stream, the private stream for anybody who signs up for Patreon. You'll get a link that you can join us and have a conversation just like this, and it'll be cool. And then we'll put that video on Patreon for you to view at any point. So
there's still exclusives being worked on at the moment. It's just holidays hit.
Yep. But we're gonna do a couple cool things this year. We got a lot of cool things planned. Yeah.
Join Patreon. You'll be able to see a kitten. I'll capture it long enough for you to see it in the Patreon tonight.
Ha ha ha. Hey, you got to pay for the kittens.
Either that or kill it because it's currently sitting inside of my lunchbox.
No. They can sit inside of your lunchbox as long as it doesn't end
Get
up.
off the skillet. It's like on the stove right now. It's being an asshole. But anyway.
This is the worst way to end a podcast. I'm just waiting for Tack to come back. President of questionable life.
I can't do that. I mean, we could just end it with Tack gone. Just gone.
Right, guys.
Tack's left to pee.
Join the Patreon. Follow all of us on X, aside from Demi because he doesn't use X. Make sure everybody to go buy merch because Shell needs it. Because she needs money to support her addiction.
You buy merch, you pay Shell directly. Like if you keep telling us to pay Shell, we're putting it back in your court. You go pay Shell.
You guys have to pay Shell for it. You guys have to pay us so we can pay Shell.
Yep, and we just pay Shell.
Go to the Patreon. Share the Patreon link again.
By the way, everyone, unlike the hooker, I do love you. Bye.
Peace, guys.
Peace.